T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
LadyChann! Fight!
Got to be here, don't I? Yo, hey girl, it's LadyChann rep nonetheless, and welcome to Combox with Chan. Damn, sorry, running a little late, you know, as you do. Yeah, let's take a little nap and listening. Shouts out to Coach Malachi's show as well, and you know, recent events. So it was supposed to be a rewatch. It was supposed to be Eubank Ben rewatch. And obviously, due to the events that now we're going to turn it into a live, and what we're going to talk about, what's happened here in good old Blighty, good old Great Britain. It's in uproar. It's funny because I'm seeing Americans that were saying last couple of days that they give two shits about this fight. All of a sudden, they're all chiming in. They're all like, oh, well, this and that. But you just said you don't care about Conor Ben. You don't really, this fight isn't a big fight. It's only for the UK. So, but now you're all chiming in now. It's funny. Yeah, that's quite funny. But you know you lot. Just contradictions, hypocrisy, and double standards. But we are going to talk about that. It's a warm night. Yeah. It's warm. I've got the fan on. It's quite warm. Okay, so let me get the banner on. What will this? Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. And then I'll have to do this banner. Cool. Okay. So let me get myself up on here. Let me get this banner up. Let me get my guy. Let me get this banner up. Let me get this banner up, then I can do the introductions. Because I'm rubbish at typing and talking. So this is called Eubank Ben Cancelled. It's cancelled, mate. It's cancelled. Shit, no, actually. Don't save that. Let's go again. It's not the weekly wrap-up show, though, is it? So that's only on a Monday. That's only on Monday or Tuesday. This is now Combox with Chan. So hope you lot have had a good day. Hang on, Eubank. We are going to chop this up. Eddie, you fucked up. Eubank Jr. versus Ben Cancelled. Wow. We didn't want the fight, but once the fight was happening, we was like, oh, we're looking forward to this. We was mad looking forward to it. They still got the pay-per-view up dancing on the zone. Jeez. Cancelled. Cancelled. Hang on. Un momento, por favor. Okay, save. Hot damn hole, here we go again. There we go. Kaboom. So I've got two people to introduce. Co-host. I'm introducing. 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 Introducing AJ all day, Alex. I'm introducing, introducing, introducing. Just had a fire show and it's New Media Today USA Boxing Coach Malachi Williams. Ding, 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 ding. What up, though?
Hey, what's going on?
You tell me, man. It's crazy out here. I was just saying that it's so funny when he's talking about about this fight. A lot of the Americans were like, we don't AJ all day. Well, a lot of the Americans were like, we don't give a shit about this fight. It's not a big fight. That's a UK thing. Yeah. Sure are all chiming in now.
Yeah.
They're all the people that I saw said this is a low. Oh, we don't care about this fight. We don't care about Conor Benn. All got a lot to say. Not saying that, so like the inconsistencies appear, like, it fits your confirmation bias now to attack, which I'm going to attack. Don't get me wrong, but I was always down for this. So like, I wasn't saying that, that's like me saying Bud Crawford and Spence is just, it's an American fight. Who cares? And I trash it. And then as soon as some controversy pops up around it, I'm like, yeah, so anyway, we do, so no, it's either you say something at the beginning or you say nada. Ya tú sabes.
Yeah, so you're talking about the double standards and the hypocrisy. Yeah, hypocrisy.
Yes, Manny Mal.
I get exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know how it goes. So, this is a crazy one. So, your show was good show, Mal. So, round of applause. You had a good one. I was watching. Yeah. You know what we do. We're here only to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, Mal.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Hi, AJ, as well. AJ, all day. Hi, that's AJ Mal. He's on with us. AJ all day.
What's going on, AJ?
Where do you want to start? Where I want to start is that this is Eddie's gonna have to be doing some nigger splaining because he's been saying something.
I don't need to save money. I want to put on good fights. So that was a good fight for the zone. So I'm disappointed. But what is the point in signing up for drug testing if when you fail, everyone just goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just let him fight." Yeah. So and the argument of, well, it's all right with UCAD is totally irrelevant. You've signed drug testing with VADA, the best testing agency, in my opinion, in the sport. I don't need to.
Okay, that was him talking about a fighter popping dirty previously. So a big 180 now from Eddie, stating that it's okay that UCAD, Conor Benn has passed with UCAD, even though he signed up for VADA. VADA, it doesn't matter that he popped dirty on VADA. Mm-hmm. No. I'm gonna pull up what he's got to say with Radio Raheem in the building. Let me just pull that up. God, Eddie, you have put your foot in it. So basically, they knew about this. This was already out
in August.
Yeah.
August. I have the article right here. August. The samples came back in August. They knew.
Share it with me. Do you want to share?
Yeah, let me see. Make sure I find the right one.
And then I'll pull up the next thing as well, just so I've got it anyway. So, this is crazy. Eddie Hearns.
Can I share it?
So
is it present? Present screen.
Eddie, you fucked up. You fucked up. Get fucked up.
That's it. That's it right there.
Okay, let's get it. Let me take off the banner.
Retro, you're right. You can't wait to see how it turns out. Yeah, me neither, man. I don't know if that fight's still going on, but is it still happening?
I didn't even do roll call so far. So I will do the roll call after. My bad guys in the chat. Yeah, so far the fight is still seemingly to be happening. This is where we at.
It's on.
Yeah, still. As far as the fight is still on. Is this big enough, Mal? That's what she said.
Yeah, it's big enough. So you can see right here, It says we can see right here. It said the British Boxing Board. It said the British Boxing Board of Control revealed Wednesday that Ben tested positive for a clomiphene. I don't know how to pronounce it. Clomiphene, a substance banned by both WADA and VADA Association in a test overseen by VADA back in August. So he failed this test. It was overseen by VADA in August.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, wait a minute. August.
Yeah.
I would say right
2 months ago.
Whoa. Hold on. But oh wow.
You can finish it off if you need to, Mouse. Any
Go ahead,
more?
go ahead.
No. That's it. I just want to show you in August. I would say right here. It was overseen by them, so someone could pull, say, "Oh man, well, they oversaw it in August," but it don't mean that they was waiting for the test results to come back. The test results just came back in October, the week before the fight or whatever. People can try to pull strings and say that, but nah. They knew this back in August. It don't take long to come out find the results. These people can find these results out pretty fast. It doesn't take that long. You know what I mean? Maybe they send it to a lab. Maybe it take a couple of weeks or whatever. But they took this back in August, and they put it this way. They knew way before we found out about it. Let's put it that way.
This is what I'm saying. And shouts out, oh, there you are, Blood, in the building. Blood, you can always come on the panel as well. It's open because we was watching, weren't we, Mal, earlier today, and we went on Blood's Blood show today. Yeah. And, like hindsight is so 2020, isn't it? Like when you put 2 + 2 and you really absolutely come out with 4. The fact that... this was all starting to flag. So AJ, so basically, Chris,
you want me to set the screen? Want me to close it now?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. So AJ, so basically, Chris Eubank Sr.'s never been on board for this, and everybody thought he was just being a stickler. I kind of thought, he's just being a bit of a stickler for this. But it was approximately 3-4 weeks max ago that he came out and said. All of a sudden, it was kind of like, my son's life is in danger. I remember, and then I reported maybe 2 weeks ago, I pulled that the fight was off, that it got pulled. That
he wanted to pull him out. Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to pull him out. King Boxing in the building. Hey, what up, though? So let me just carry on talking. Thank you for joining. And then. Basically, he said his son's life was in danger, right? His son's life was in danger. He's already lost the son, and he doesn't want to go through that again. And everyone was like, dude, this is you've gone a little too far here. I don't know. And then Chris Eubank Jr. then stated basically that I'm my own man, and he came out and said the fight's still on. I'm doing the fight. Then we can fast forward certain of the events that the dad wasn't turning up after that first fight was announced. The fight was firstly announced. He didn't turn up for anything else. Chris Eubank Sr. went on the missing spree. If you remember, nobody knew where he was. And Chris Eubank Jr. looked very uncomfortable, explaining like, will his dad be in his corner? Because remember, I said to you a few days ago on my live, 2 days ago, that Chris Eubank Jr. is training himself. No Roy Jones Jr. for this fight. We need the other Chris. We need the British Chris Eubank Jr. to try and fight. We don't need this trap between style Chris Eubank Jr. to even try. It's not going to work. There's only one Roy. So bringing it up to speed, and then we get a report, and it kind of flew over my head because I did see it last night or the night before, that Chris Eubank Sr. had been admitted into a psych facility. My bad. That's what happens when my mum would say, that's what happened when you taught people business. When you taught people business, you chalk. He got admitted into a psych facility under citing extreme stress, extreme anxiety, and a massive panic attack. AJ, I think you did send me the thing, and you did.
Yeah, I came across the article too yesterday, but I forgot I was going to let everybody know. I should have just tweeted, but I forgot some stuff came up. But the site that reported it took it down because due to respect for its privacy. They took down the article.
They retracted it, and it was quite funny that was also even put out in the public, because here we have a data protection law. So, you know, things like that, what you see your doctors, where you be admitted, and stuff like that is generally kept, you know, under the Data Protection Act. It's called here, under 1970 something. So for the fact that came out, it was all like, it was crazy. So I'm a part of a group, right? And then in the WhatsApp group, I was stating to the group that do you think Chris Eubank Sr. just kind of like knew something, or he knew that he was putting 2 and 2 together, that, you know, his son was going to be, because he was a boxer. So he may have thought that, listen, my son's coming in at a deficit, right? And this guy is coming in looking mad confident, looking ripped, yeah? Looking super duper ripped. And I mean fucking ripped. Do I have a thing of Ben? I do. Super duper ripped in the building. Man is ripped out here, right? So look how ripped he looks there. He looks like, yeah, I've just got it on a little seconds thing. So you
he
can
looks
just
like a middleweight right there.
He looks like, and the thing is, he don't got
like a full-blown middleweight.
And he don't have the height to carry all of that, man. Like, yeah, that's a lot. So it was just funny that all of this information started to trickle down. So I think that Chris Eubank Jr. just thought, all right, I've tried to pull the plug numerous of ways. He came out a few days before this saying, boycott the fight, sabotage the fight, boycott the fight. So that was still falling on deaf ears. And I just think that he just, I'm even thinking that maybe he even spazzed out as a fake spaz out to get admitted into a psych hospital just so he could have that leaked. So people could be like, ooh, what's happened, to kind of detract and to set up the story. Because as we've seen, August, this was already stated, you know, that the kid Ben had already popped dirty, and this was being covered up by Eddie Hearn because there's so much money. And Eubank and to Team Eubank, including Senior, knew about this, but this sent Eubank Senior into, like, notably, he should be into being worried about his kid. So, what do you guys think about that?
I think blood boxing said something very, very key. When I was, because right after I got off his show, I went to look at some things up, and for me now it all started to make sense. Oh, blood! Because when he said it, I'm like, oh, because I wasn't looking at Chris Eubank Sr.'s angle. Oh, and then I had to look at the timeline. Oh, when he started having complaining and started saying that he he's in fear of his son's life, he want to pull the plug. He started saying this like in September the 11th, September the 12th. And then they found out about the drug test in August because Vada did the test in August. They said it right there in the article. So I said, either way it go, whenever Chris Eubank Sr. found out, all of a sudden he went in a panic. Now it's, am I pulling my son out of the fight? You know, my son's life on the line. His life mean more to me than anything else. And then he's looking at Conor Ben looking like he jacked. He always looked mean. So I don't know if that's what they call like roid rage or whatever. It looks like he kind of like, because I be around some of these guys that I be training and stuff. And he looked like he, you know what I mean? I'm not saying he is, but and now it's starting to make sense. And I say, damn, they been knew about this. So but that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, they've been known about this. AJ, King of King, you can just chime in at the minute. You can chime in. I'm just gonna still put 2 and 2 and come up with 4. Go ahead. What's your thoughts on the matter? So I'm just shouting out people in the chat as well that I missed.
AJ, you want to go first?
Oh yeah, sure. Appreciate it. Yeah, well, it's kind of well, you know, this just proves that Eddie Hearn is pretty much like any of these promoters who just really care about money. Greed at the end of the day. If they knew about this, all, it's kind of distasteful, if I'm being honest. And now I'm seeing like the two-faced double standards from him. How, like, you know, he's condemning drug cheats, but then he's still willing to work with these guys and is turning a blind eye to his own fighters. You know, so there's that. Also, I believe that Chris Eubank Sr., like, I'm not sure if he like really knew what was going on like behind the scenes, It's possible he did, but like it's just possible that like he just got like a gut feeling that like he knew this is a bad idea, because I've got these feelings myself. I'm sure everybody maybe on the panel has. Like, you just got this gut feeling deep down that like something bad is going to happen to a loved one or somebody that you care about. Because like, story of mine, like back when I was working my security job a long time ago, my dad used to come by and see me, when he wasn't working, and pretty more or less like one night I just got this feeling that he shouldn't come. I got this gut feeling that something bad was going to happen. And lo and behold, sure enough, he came by and something did happen. He was fine. He was okay. But something happened pretty much at the job that involved him. And I should have told him not to come by, man, because I just turns out something did. So it's very possible. Like, it's just one of those feelings that, the senior knew. And I should have told him not to come by, man. So he was spot on, man, with saying that, Chris Jr. should be pulled out of the fight, and then hopefully just, I don't even want to see it now, if I'm being honest. I can't believe it's still allowed to go ahead. It's just crazy. I mean, like, props to Chris Jr. about like him still wanting to fight and everything like that, for him to everything to go on. But now this kind of, if the fight goes on, this is just going to taint the event and make it even worse.
Right. Yep. So, thank you for that, AJ. King of King, do you want to chime in and give your take on this?
So I don't know how well. This is highly disappointing. To me, this whole scenario is a joke. You want the guy to come down a certain amount of weight, fine, so be it. But then on top of that, you're clearly doping and cheating. You're taking a drug that in men boosts your testosterone. You're already a young man on top of that. So it is definitely a steroid. And this is boxing. So
it's not a steroid. I just have to correct you. It's not a steroid.
Well, I mean, okay. The terminology.
Enhancing. It will
performance enhancing, exactly. So I'll put it like this: a normal human being that's training, you got your natural hormones, and then you get something that doubles that or boosts that. Is ridiculous. It's just crazy. It's not necessary. He's a young dude. He got caught cheating, and so I don't see how he recovers from this, even if they let this fight go through. The funny part is, if you know you're doing that and you're cheating, hey, let Eubanks come in at 160, do something that maybe leverages the thing. But you're talking about putting this man's life in danger, because you're coming in souped up and you're going to hit harder, and you're going to be, even if he doesn't hurt him that day, like the long-term effects of something like that, of somebody cheating. This is pathetic, and it's sad, and I don't understand. Like, I remember last week you were talking about how confident Conor Benn was, and then it's like, well, okay, I see why now. Because you had a advantage to the point you're weight draining the dude, first of all, and then you're on the back end taking testosterone to cheat. So it's just like, it's crazy. It's sad. It's just embarrassing. I don't see how you recover. And then even not even having the shame or the it's not like he just found out. He's, like you guys said, they've known since August, or at least they've known since September. And for Chris Eubank's dad to get so much slack for just being a dad and trying to defend and protect his son, to the point he has to, I don't know if he actually had a mental breakdown or what happened, where he went put into a facility just to get enough attention so people pay attention. That's an indictment on it. Like, come on, man. Like, look, I understand people can say what they want, but a father protecting his son, there got to have been a reason. He was saying something along the line, and maybe just whatever that reason was, these contracts, like we were talking before, might have things where they can't say stuff. But Conor Benn, this is an embarrassment. I don't know how you recover for something like this. I don't know if you do. Like, I was really super hyped for the fight, man, and now it's like, I don't even know if I want to watch it, if it goes through.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. And I'm gonna work. But we have to stand by with this one, guys, because we don't absolutely know if so. What they're trying to do is, I heard someone say on Mal's show that maybe possibly they'll turn it into a. Let me give you the radio, Raheem. I don't own the rights to this. This is for education purposes, and we will chop in and out so I can cut up the so I don't get copyrighted. Who is this actually? Oh God, this is. I'm going to put it on audio because this is seconds out, and they always flag me and copyright me and take me for every little red cent that YouTube allow me to earn. So let me do it like this actually. So I'll share. Right, I shall share, and God, These laptops, you know, technology is mad annoying. Okay, so I'll share and I'll do audio, right? Because this will be better. I don't want to get flagged in the build. Okay, so where you at? That's funny.
By the way, Chan,
yeah, go ahead.
It also begs the question: was Conor on this stuff for how many other fights?
It questions his whole career.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Because he's made remarkable improvements, and now we're going to be like
he's knocking out world champions, French contenders, destroying these guys. You know, so it's like, you know,
knockout. Yeah, this questions your whole shit. It questions your whole shit. You fucked up, son. Hey, Lisa. Hey, sis. Go ahead while I'm teetering around here.
Hey guys. Hi, everybody. Love everybody. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, I'm sorry, Chan. I was I had to do these mass texts for something. But yeah, you know, this is very disappointing. When I found out this morning, I was like, what? Because I thought it was a joke at first. And I was like, really? And then but what can you say? But my thing is I saw a clip on Twitter that Eddie is trying to go through another
Luxembourg
to sanction. Yeah, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
They did that with
like
David
this
Zora. Same thing.
Yeah.
Cesar Chavez, he did the same thing with too.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good look because the BB British Border Control already said it's not a good look for boxing. You know.
Yeah, no, it's not a good look. Eddie's just caring about money at this point, and he needs to care about the fight. Where does my share screen thing go? I can't. Have I done? God damn. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I was. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead,
I was just like these promoters, man. Because remember, this same thing happened like with what's the young man's name that fought Shakur? And they let him fight.
Valdez.
Yeah, Valdez.
They allowed him to fight anyway.
Yeah. And it was just like, you know, yeah, and it's just like, you know, sometimes it's not, you know, all money is not good money because it's about the integrity of the sport. We already people already it's a niche sport, and it's just about integrity at the end of the day and doing what's right. And it's just not a good look, and it doesn't set a good precedence.
No.
And you can't sit up there like somebody said the way he said about Big Baby or whatever, and then you know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's hypocrisy.
And then you doing it. Yeah, it's hypocrisy. Yeah. So I'm calling a spade a spade.
Yeah, you got to. There's nothing else that you can. Well, my screen is telling me it's not giving me the option. For some reason where the share screen, I don't know if it's my layout is present. Hang on, let me see something. Present. This is a new setting. It's turned it in. What's present screen?
Present. That's the new share feature.
Oh, no wonder. I was like,
for like presentation. Yeah, I don't know why they changed the word.
You know what?
Let
me ask you something, the content creators. If every time there's a update with YouTube and the different features, it throws you off, right?
Yeah, if we don't know about it, if we haven't learned it. But they do tend to give you an update. I just wasn't aware of that update, by the way. So yeah, this is I didn't know that, but this is, you guys can hear this, right?
It's a fickle, ever-changing beast.
Yeah.
You'll
the
be
commercial.
ready.
Yeah.
Watch, plan, adapt. Download the app and see for yourself why Bet365 is the world's favourite online betting brand.
That's seconds out, right? Yeah.
The world is
commercials on point.
sport is a fickle, ever-changing beast. But you'll be ready to watch, play the dance. Download the app and see for yourself why Bet365 is the world's favourite online betting brand. And please, gamble responsibly.
Ben is not suspended by the
Yeah, you can't hear anything. I don't know if you're aware.
Yeah, no, we can't hear. Chan.
How can't you hear? Are you sure you can't hear my audio?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I couldn't hear them. Last I heard him say was Ben wasn't suspended. Now I don't hear.
Hang on, I'm going through the roadcaster, so you should be able to hear that. You lot took so long. I was watching it for ages. I thought everybody could hear it. Technology.
This the tech lady, guys.
Yeah. So I'm connected to the roadcaster. You should be able to hear. You can't hear this.
UCAD testing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, interesting that you couldn't hear it before. Haven't changed anything. Okay, let's go.
Radio Raheem with Eddie Hearn. You know, everybody online and in the boxing community has somewhat of a different version when it comes to these kind of things. We've experienced this before. Everybody's an expert and nobody really knows anything. So I won't pretend to be an expert. What I'd like to do, though, is at least give some clarity to all the speculation. So if you could, just kind of take me through a TikTok. I know that this was a VADA testing. And how first was that decision made that you would pay for this? And who decided that they wanted it?
Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. We've got a very good track record of insisting on VADA testing as well. Both guys wanted VADA testing for this fight. Both guys obviously also signed up to UCAD testing as part of the British Boxing Board of Control. UCAD testing, just for reference, is the only agency that the British Boxing Board of Control acknowledge and abide by. Okay, so VADA testing is not an agency that makes rulings. It reports information. So it reports information to Matchroom and to Wasserman regarding the testing of those fighters.
And the British board is not beholden to VADA to make any kind of ruling.
They don't acknowledge VADA. They don't take any notice.
Yeah.
All their suspensions and their rulings are based on UCAD findings.
And UCAD has found nothing?
UCAD have tested multiple times in this training camp, and all of his tests have been negative. Okay, so in that respect, Conor Benn is not suspended by the British Boxing Board of Control and he's clear to fight. The issue is there was an adverse analytical finding. And you have to be careful when you say a positive test, because there was another fighter in our camp who went through a whole process only to find out he never failed a test. Okay, that was Dillian White. So this process has to unfold. But regardless of that, the board do not acknowledge that agency. So what I'm saying to you is, however that unfolds, has no relevance to the decision of the British Boxing Board of Control allowing Conor Benn to fight in terms of his license. Okay?
Right.
So from there, when we receive...
Well, let me take you to when you received the news, because yes, the British board may or may not call the fight off, but the fighters have a say so too. So when you get this information, you call or contact...
We were made aware at the same time. Because of this VADA testing. Okay? So the situation is that from there, we have a conversation with Alice Howland and Team Eubank, which is firstly, right, okay, there's
when did this happen? Because people think it happened
because and I'll tell you why in a minute. Trace findings of a substance that all of a sudden Team Wasserman turn around and say, okay, we need to see all the information. Okay? We go through an extensive process with all the information, all the levels, all the blood tests from the testing, the results of other tests around that testing. Wasserman take it to the medical expert or a medical expert that consults with Team Eubank, and they say, in light of the levels in light of no raised testosterone levels, etc., etc. I mean, this is stuff to go in later. We are comfortable, or you should be comfortable with the fight taking place. Okay, right. So from there, and that was a period of that time. The British Boxing Board of Control were also aware of this process. Team Eubank turn around and say, I am happy for the fight to proceed on the medical advice that I have been given. Okay, so then the British Boxing Board of Control came out today, thanks very much, when we've spent all our money, and said, actually, we're not happy for the fight to take place. So what we're saying to them is, okay, you're not suspending Conor Benn, are you? And they say, no. And you're not going to? No. So he's clear to fight? Yes. But you're not allowing him to fight? Yes. So what we need is clarity in terms of that situation, because everyone's saying to us, we'll use another commission or get an injunction. We don't want to go down that route. We want to speak openly with the Board of Control to get answers, because the bigger picture here is when this fight could take place. In a worst case scenario of this fight not taking place on Saturday, if Conor Benn is not suspended, which he won't be, when can the fight take place? Do you understand? So it's like...
So let me interject some of the speculation and questions that are popping up from reaction. 2 weeks ago, you knew this. British board apparently knew it 2 weeks ago. It appears that there's some kind of cover-up. Like, why don't you tell us when the results came in that this fight was in jeopardy?
There's no cover-up because everybody knew about it.
But not the public.
Or you wanted me to tell you?
Well, I think
ultimately there's a legal precedence of information being released on stuff like that. The most important thing is that the teams are made aware. Probably wasn't actually to it, but close to it. They have to go through a process to analyse all the findings. Okay, when that test comes out, via a reporting agency to report, and this process of testing to the teams. So from there, and one of the reasons is there has to be a process and a hearing for the fighter to go through. If you release that information to certain people, a lot of crazy people, straight away, you know, the fighter's hung out to dry. We saw it with Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte goes through the process, found absolutely not guilty of any violation, right? So that's why. And also because it was dealt with, it was analysed, and it was decided by the teams they were happy to proceed.
And what the British board has said is not that he's suspended, but that this is not in the interest of boxing. And, you know, the internet is forever. So people are pulling up all your old quotes, Canelo all the way to Miller, right? If this test...
Right. This is like... So let's chime in on this, because to me that was just... I don't know if he's got a point, if that was just all waffle. You guys tell me, because what he is saying is that basically they found out when everybody else found out, like a couple of weeks ago, and it wasn't at liberty for it to be released to the general public because there has to be some kind of hearing. Now, if you only found out a couple of weeks ago, when did you do the hearing? You're lying. You found out 2 months ago. Whether you've did a hearing or not, that would give that ample time for that to have been discovered. Eddie is waffling. He's not making sense. And he's trying to laugh his way through this one. And it's not going to really work. I mean, I keep the same energy. And I don't really want to, you know, bash the kid. But at the end of the day, you've just basically fucked up, like, the bag. The bag has left the bill dizzy. Okay.
I mean, how much money was on the table for this?
They was all getting a couple mil each. It's left the bill dizzy. Yeah.
He's just trying to save face. Sounds to me he's just trying to save face.
He is trying to save face. So what I'm saying is they knew, like Radio Raheem. You know, he answers the tough questions in a nice way. He was like, so basically, it was a cover up. It was. Eddie Hearn was going to send your soldier in to fuck up another guy. Basically, like that this guy was going to be weight trained, and this guy was going to be like pumped with extra testosterone. Extra fucking testosterone. Look at the geezer. Ugh. Girl bar. Pumped. Jacked.
Whoa!
Pumped, jacked.
Who's that he's standing next to?
Nah, that don't... He look like that now?
That's if it was cash. That's if it was cash he's next to. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
You get like
Nah, that can't
Felix
be
Cash is a
him.
middleweight. Felix Cash is a legit middleweight.
That's what I'm saying. He's bigger than him.
You're bigger than Felix Cash, and Felix Cash fights at 160.
You sure that's not Photoshop?
No, there is a photoshopped one where he's even bigger. Now, this is the one that Conor Benn tweeted out. He tweeted out a couple of weeks ago. No. He's huge. He's huge. So, so Radio Raheem basically, Radio Raheem knows what's what. He's looking at Eddie like,
what you talking about, mister? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Manny? What you talking about, Dad? What you talking about, Willis?
what you talking about, Eddie? Eddie, you capping. Eddie, like, you was gonna, everybody, like, are we on the same page, guys, that Eddie knew about this?
Yeah.
You had to have known. You had to have known.
And that they was gonna cover this, because all of a sudden, like he said here, and even here, look, even when he was desecrating Canelo once as well, look at this.
Is that we'll probably never know. You have to make your own decisions and judgments, which is sometimes dangerous. Was he cheating? Was he unlucky? Either way, his reputation is tarnished forever. Because it doesn't matter. You fail a drugs test, you fail a drugs test. You look at his physique on the scales for last Golovkin.
You got to keep the same energy, Eddie. You got to keep the same energy. That's him talking about Canelo. Yeah. See? And then, that's him talking about Canelo. That's, the internet is unforgiving. Right now on Twitter, it is going ham. Right now, it's slew. Right now, it's slew. Yeah.
Who was that made that song? Was it Houdini? You got a big mouth.
Oh, no. I thought you was going to say, this word. No, I was thinking of another song. I don't know. I know.
Coach, was that Houdini? You got a big mouth. Mouth almighty, tongue everlasting.
I think Mal's in between doing stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's Houdini.
Yeah.
That's
Eddie.
Eddie
For you. That's Eddie.
He has to do his damage control. Let me do this super chat. He has to do his space not working. It's just really not going to work. Suave boxing in the building. Thank you for dropping that £2 on your girl. Thank you, Al Heyman. I'd just like to say thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you, Shannon.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're crazy, Suave.
Yep.
Y'all made me feel old when nobody responded.
I'd like to thank I allowed me to pleasure to be on this panel.
We didn't know. We was like,
I was like,
make a call.
Yeah. I know who Houdini is vaguely, but I wanted to know exactly what you was talking about, so you weren't by yourself. I tried.
Yeah.
And I tried.
Thank you.
I tried. But I do know who Houdini is, though. But yeah. AJ was out. AJ's youth was not in the building. He was like, I'm out. AJ
You'll
didn't
either
even
be quiet or expose yourself for not knowing the right answer.
Yeah.
So be quiet.
I just didn't know it. Yeah, but I
didn't
knew
know
who
what
Houdini
you
was.
referred to.
I think I'm too young for that too.
I was like, dang, somebody
was
bail
like-
her out.
Yeah, King of King was
yeah. I was
yeah.
like, man, let me shut my mouth.
Mal did it though. Mal helped out. Mal, go on, Mal.
Thanks, Mal.
Yeah, salute to Mal.
Salute to Mal in the building. Shouts out to Mal. But yeah. So where we are with this fight at the minute is I would like to hear a statement. Well, did you hear Chris? So the media workout still played out right today, and I was like, if they've got a good PR team, they are not going to send those boys in to do the media workout. Well, lo and behold, here comes right in Conor Benn. He does the media workout. I think I think I can play it on a still, and you guys can maybe I'll just play it as normal and fuck it. If this doesn't get monetized, it doesn't get monetized. But I think it's quite important for this to be shown, to be honest. So you can maybe gauge some you want to gauge some body language and see what's up. It was on was on DAZN, wasn't it? Yeah. Like Chris Eubank, I'm gonna play you even Chris Eubank Jr. They all lying. So Chris Eubank Jr. So afterwards, what I'm saying is they have seeked medical and legal, and they are being advised that whatever they've been advised, and the two fighters would still like to do the fight. So it led me to believe that, Chris Eubank Jr. always knew that Conor Benn had popped dirty. But because it's such a big payday, it's a massive payday, I just guess that he was like, I'm here for the fucking money, and that's what I want.
Payday. You want payday. I know that.
Yeah, so Eubank.
That's the impression I got when he was saying, yeah, I had him go back and review with their medical. Look, basically, he said this, like, look, bro, it ain't gonna be no money if you drop out, and I don't see in the horizon you making any money like this anytime soon. So that's what you need to go think about. It wasn't about what would Eubank go get? What medical advice will he get? Like, I mean, they were literally, and the legal advice he would get would be, is there some way I can get some damages from this or what? And they're probably like, like basically you don't fight, no money.
Yeah.
So of course they forced him into a corner. I mean,
I don't think he was forced into a corner. I think they just, like, Chris Eubank Jr. really needs that motherfucking money. Yeah. He needs that money.
Does he really? He seems to be fine.
No, I need that money, mate. He needs that money. I believe that either the trust fund is diminishing, or he needs that money. I mean, it's a couple mil, man. Is this
that's how much he's getting?
Yeah, man.
2 mil. That's it.
They're both getting a couple mil.
Mm.
Oh, so Conor Benn does his workout. Conor Benn, he does the workout. I just thought he didn't do the workout. He's got some balls, hasn't he? He's got some balls, mate. I would, as their PR team, would have said no. They wouldn't have been doing it.
No, we can't have you, until we get this sorted out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Eubank Jr. is let's have a look then at his media workout a little bit, because I haven't seen this. So guys, we'll just do some instant reaction. I don't own the rights to this. This is for education purposes. Presente. Let me take off the super chat thing. Guys, I will address the chat. Oh, okay, there's another super chat. Let me do that before. Let me go. Okay, Amarino. Swab, sorry. My brain is freezing trying to do too many things. Swab Boxing for dropping that half a dub on your girl. Thank you, Swab, for dropping that tenner, as we call it. That tenner, that benner. You get me? Say it again, Shan. Everyone say it. For this water, for this food, this beautiful house, this beautiful car, this beautiful world, for this universe, for the heaven. Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you, Al Heyman.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Al Heyman. He allowed me to be on this panel today. Thank you, Al Heyman.
Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you, Al Heyman, for allowing me to have this boxing channel. Thank you, Al Heyman. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sawab, but via Al Heyman for allowing you to send that. So thank you, Sawab, for doing that. Thank you and Al Heyman for keeping the lights on. I'm going to show you now the thingamajig that I was going to show you. So present. I don't know why they tried to bougie it up. That's so funny. StreamYard, you guys are funny. Yeah, we're going to call it present instead of share, because share sounds too common. Let's go. So share. You see it, right?
Yep.
Now here, whilst we're kind of trying to also put together our thoughts on the undercard and everybody else that's worked so hard to be here on Saturday.
Jeez, even looks huge.
This fight, on the assumption that it goes ahead here. Looking at the development of both of these fighters in the last 2 or 3 years, I think there was no chance of this kind of fight happening in 2019, 2020, with the way Benn's improved as a fighter, some of his results, Eubank's developments under Roy Jones. It makes it fascinating with the weight, with all the variables. How do you expect Chris Eubank Jr. to approach this fight? Do you think he may take the same approach we saw against Liam Williams, sit off a little bit, try and take the sting out of Colin Benn's early work?
Potentially, yeah. I do feel he's calmed down slightly as he's got older and more experience. Where he would usually trade and mix fire with fire, I think now he'd probably settle down a little bit and maybe kind of
in his career. So this isn't going to be the same Conor Benn that we've seen at 147, and that's perhaps the assumption that people are making here. He's going to be the much smaller man. But remember, in the days where his dad Nigel defended his WBC.
And you know the zone don't play, so they will thingy me. But just I'll get to the bit where he has a word with him. He looks fucking angry. What do you guys think? He looks fucking... The power punches look like, yeah, he wasn't coming to play. Looks like he wants to come and knock people's heads off, right?
Mm-hmm.
He looked... You know when you know that someone's juiced and then you look at them, then you realise that you can see that they're juiced now. You're like, I don't know. Everything that you do, you look juiced. There was juice in the building. Where's Connor? Because he does come... So there's Sowland. I want to get straight to Ben because he does come and say stuff. Is it on this? Is it on this though? Because I don't know how or did they do a separate clip? Did Eubank Jr. come on then? Oh, so he's talking. Oh, so they all did.
I've been tested more than I've ever been tested for a fight during this training camp. I have an app on my phone where I have to designate where I'm going to be every single day, and I've been on that app for my entire career, and I will be on it for the rest of my career. And they can come and test me, blood, urine, unannounced whenever they see fit, and I've never failed a test. I've even been tested on holiday. Obviously I don't condone illegal substances in the sport of boxing, especially in boxing, because it is, things can happen. Health is a real issue.
But if you don't condone that, what would be your reasoning for going ahead with this fight?
Well, I listen. I'm staying out of the politics. I don't know what's gone on. I've heard the news like you guys have heard the news, and all I can do is be a professional and make sure I'm ready to fight. I am ready, and as news unfolds, then we'll deal with it as it goes on.
The British Board of Boxing's position is that currently they are refusing to sanction the fight. You said that you believe they're going to sort it out. What gives you faith that they will come to a resolution and that this will go ahead?
I obviously, I've prepared. I've done my job. It's now in the hands of the promoters, the governing bodies, to make this fight happen. All I can do is be ready.
There were already concerns about.
Wait, let's just chop it up so we can talk at the same time. Just to break it up because they like you to have the easy commentary. We're going to watch a bit more. We're going to watch the remainder of what he has to say. Then we're going to watch a little bit of his workout because I didn't see his media workout. And then I found Conor Benn's when he speaks as well. It's not on this; it's on a different clip. So let's go from Conor Benn. What do you see as him working out there? I want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on that. Let's start with Sis. Did you just see that of Conor Benn? How he looked? Do you think he's brave for coming out? Like I would be like, I ain't coming out doing the media workout, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I said the same thing because remember earlier I was saying, well, why are they having a open workout? Because I was still confused as to what was going to happen with the fight. So I was like, wow. So yeah, he looks swole. He's look like he ready to knock somebody's head off. I even watched Eubank doing his. He was stretching more or less. I didn't really see him with a trainer though.
He ain't got one. He's
Eubank.
training himself.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Oh God, that's another thing. Yeah. So, yeah, I was because I noticed on the zone. Remember, I was saying they had the comment thing cut off.
Yeah, they didn't have the live stream going.
Right, but on the Matchroom one they did, people was talking cash junk. So yeah. I was like, man, this is crazy.
It's to be
Yeah,
expected.
but he was super swole. He looked like Kangaroo Jack or whatever.
He was swole. He looks like them two kangaroos that Mal plays on his show. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Massive. I just want to answer this
Yeah.
you guys. Boxing aside a moment, Shan. Juiced up. Basically is a juiced up body attractive to a woman? When stuff is too hard, he looks like he's too hard. Like, pause. But I mean, yeah, you need. Yeah, I like. You just answer me what I like. Yeah, good body is imperative to me, obviously. But that body looked a little too hard. So, you know, just a little bit of softness. So you cuddling.
Well, I'm working out.
It's not like cuddling. Yeah. Don't get too hard.
That's what she said.
I know. This show is steady going left right now.
Okay, moving on. Continue.
But yeah, just a little bit of softness and a little bit of it. But yeah, a good body is imperative. But that boy, he does look a bit too. He looks like, as Mal said, he looked like he was ready to turn into. You won't like me when I'm angry. He looked like he was going to turn into the fucking Hulk. Yeah, from
Bruce Benn or Connor Banner.
Bruce Benn. Yeah, Bruce Benn. I've missed the super chat a while ago. Okay, so you go. Who's next? Mal, what do you think about what you just saw about how Conor Benn looked out in that workout? I've just got to find the super chat. I've missed it somehow. My bad.
I mean, yeah, he looked kind of, you know what I mean? He looked kind of jacked up. I wonder if all of that, the muscle that he put on, it might work against him. Because, you know, in boxing, you know, having all of those muscles, it might not work. It might not work for him. It's a good chance that he can just get out boxed, because he might be coming in there to try to blast him out of there with his power and his speed, his power and stuff like that. But he may not have the flexibility. You know what I mean? It's a good chance that all of this can backfire on him, to be honest with you. But he did look like he just been like lifting a lot of weights, just pumping up.
Yeah, he looked angry as well. Yeah, that creates a lot of lactose acid when you've got that much muscle. We always used to critique Joshua about that, and you know it can make you gas out. But I think maybe they both said that they wasn't, you know, going to the distance. Clearly not when you're juiced up to the gills. He was listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos. Listos para los chingazos. Yeah, he was like, listos para los chingazos. I am ready, and I'm going to be warring, and I'm going to be throwing these punches in bunches. Al money, Al money, Al money. Thank you for the $2, Al money. Thank you. You always come through and drop a little, you know, on every day, you know, every time you come through. So I know it all adds up. So thank you very much. And there's another one as well. Let me just get it before it disappears. God. Oh yeah, here it is. I'm all moving behind as well. Blood, I'm like you. I'm behind in the chat. Sometimes when I'm on Blood's thing, I'm like, Blood, you need to keep up. You need to catch up. I'm doing exactly what you're doing now. Saludos, Ricky Ricardo, for dropping that half a dub on your girl. Thank you very much. Saludos. Not big on this fight to begin with. Still gonna watch. I'd rather watch Benn v top welterweight and Eubank v top middleweight. Yeah, me too. Bad optics for Benn. Too much dollars on the table. Well, we're gonna say pounds. Too much dollars on the table for fight not to happen at this point. Yeah, because they would. Thank you very much. I haven't seen you before, and thank you for joining me on Come Box with Chan. I think you're right. The deposit money for the venue will be out the building. Not the building. It'll be out the building, just plain and dandy like that. It's gone. But I tell you, the bag will have left the building. So that will be gone. I think the guys really want that money. What other they would lose? I would assume that Benn's endorsements are that they're going to leave the building as well. They're going to be out. They're going to pull out. I'm almost sure about that. Because what they're trying to do is make it like nothing's happened. So all right. So you said your piece. I digress. King, what do you see in that Ben workout?
Anytime a dude looks more muscular, but he's somehow faster, it's like, come on, man. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, I watched him at fights and stuff. I mean, before fights and stuff, he got that kind of Canelo feeling, like you moved up in weight, but somehow you're all muscle. And if this was over time, over a couple years, yeah, you could be like, but dude, like literally one fight later, you're bigger, more cut, and faster. So right. I don't. Hey, end of the day, he's not caring about workout. He's not expecting this fight to stop. And only one thing, that part where he said at the end, that bullshit where the guy said, "Oh, so what about you feel about this test and whatever?" And he says, "Oh, the politics. What the politics got to do with you failing the test? What, like, what? What kind of answer is that?"
He didn't fail the test. That was Eubank Jr.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes,
that was Eubank Jr. He was
talking. My bad.
About
But I was thinking to myself, I could just tell, like, I don't know. It just,
it doesn't add up.
You got to do what you got to do. I mean, that's it's a lot.
He knew. He's known about this for months. This is nothing new to him, and he's still down to do the fight. But he's bound by legalities and probably an NDA or something at this point to not say anything.
Exactly.
But they're all in cahoots. AJ Alday and then Lisa Bales, my sister. Lisa, you already said. Sorry, AJ. You go ahead. What have you got to say and how Ben looked in that workout? And then what Chris Eubank had to say. I will go on to Chris Eubank's workout because I haven't seen it. I didn't think he turned up. I only thought it was Ben. But go ahead. He's juiced up, Bloodhead. Yeah, he is.
Ben looked decent, I guess. Didn't look too bad, I suppose, all things considered. But I'm not really best when it comes to judging pad work. My eyesight isn't very stellar, but he looked decent from what I can see. Not too bad. And Eubank, it's just that man, he's got a real way with words, like just kind of not trying to like skirt questions while giving a good answer. You know what I mean? He really does. He says, "No, I'm not in all the politics. It's just my job to show up and fight," which I can't disagree with. That's very much true. So honestly, like if I was in his shoes, if I'm really confident in my chances, I wouldn't pull out. I'd probably go ahead. But I mean, especially if I stand to lose, a couple M's. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I'm sure he thinks the fight is a mismatch anyway. But yeah, you know what I mean. So like, why not, go out and get the, beat him up and get. I mean, it'll just be funny if the fight was to happen and just, it is a mismatch, but in Eubank Jr.'s favor. But we don't necessarily know that now. We even know if the fight's going ahead. But yeah, but
yeah,
but it's a bit. But oh man, this is just a mess.
A fucking hot mess. Hector Garcia. Connor is a bitch ass for failing Vada. Mi esposo número uno en el edificio.
He fucked up, man. He fucked up.
Sí, ya tú sabes, lista para los chingazos. Sí. Yeah, he fucked up big time. So let's go and watch a little bit more. Hang on, let me take that off. Present. It's making me laugh every time I see it. My bad.
Yeah, at this point, can we call Eubank Jr. pretty much a veteran?
Yeah, because he's definitely, he's an underachiever. He's never obtained a world title. He's been in some good fights, stepped up and not been able to, sign the deal. Yep. Mally Mal, would you like to shout out anybody before you go? Because I know you have to jet. Mal, and thank you for coming through.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Al Heyman. Thank you to Al Heyman. Booger Ray Leonard, I sent him a body on Twitter, and he hasn't really responded back. So shout out to Booger Ray too, man.
Did you send him something on Twitter?
Man, Twitter. Yeah, I didn't tag him on anything. It was a show I did last week with Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah,
we did a show about that. That show got like 10,000 views, and Booger Ray finally saw it, and he saw the title, and he said, "Are you speaking facts, or are you just using stuff for clickbait like the other YouTubers?" So of course I replied back while I was on the show, while I was doing my show. I replied back, let them know, no, I'm not you. I don't have to use clickbait. I have the actual interview, and I tagged him with the person who gave the interview. And we gave him the video. Say, this is what your ex-fighter said. that he had to beg for fights and you guys would not, he couldn't get fights with you guys. This is what he said. And he never responded back to that. He never replied back to that.
Yeah,
Once you saw the receipts, that's it.
How you like that, Lenny?
Yeah, how do you like it? Let her be. All right. I was in Twitter jail, so I couldn't join in the festivities. Twitter.
No, you was out of jail then. You was out of jail.
I was out of jail then.
Yeah. He did this while I was on the show. When I was doing my show. Today?
Oh, today's show.
During the show. When I was doing the show, I was tweeting, tweeting. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I might have missed that bit. Getting ready. And yeah, my bad. I'm going to jack that back. I'll have a look in Twitter.
He watches my show. Leonard Ellerby watches my show. Yeah. I know that for a fact. Yeah. That's why I'm always saying, shout out to my dog, Booger Ray. That's why I always say that. I know he watches my show.
Yeah. Yeah, you promote him more than anybody, man.
You do. You promote him a lot at the end of the day, and your how the reach of the channel. It shows you on analytics. I guess the reach is a lot. So he should be happy that you actually mentioning him. But tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, guys. You can check me out tomorrow at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. I'm there every day. On Saturdays we do fight parties. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But Sunday through Friday on 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. It is what it is, man. We'll have fun, talk trash, talk about boxing, and toe tag and body bag at the same time. Very entertaining.
Yep, doing Al Heyman's work. Doing
the work. We like to thank Al Heyman for you, Amal. It's nothing to do with your parents why you're here. It's solely Al Heyman. So thank you to Al Heyman for your existence, and thank you for Al Heyman for your personality. Thank you to Al Heyman for everything, how you move, and for your facts, stats, and data. Without Al Heyman, we'd be nothing.
Oh man, y'all are something.
All right, man. Hey, man, peace out, everybody.
Peace out, man.
All right, peace, coach. Peace, coach.
To Coach Malachi.
Oh man.
Yeah. Shouts out to Coach Malachi. Yeah, he does have a fun. Also, I'm opening phone lines. Can you guys hit the like button, please, so we can get the reach out there. So if you want to call on my US number 917-268-9433 or UK 07939530676 in the building. I'm taking calls. So call in. I'm also going to show you the rest of this. 1 second. Un momento, por favor. Okay, so we're going to watch the rest. Shouts out to Mal. Yeah, he has very entertaining shows, very funny, very informative, very factual at the same time. All right, you can hear this, right?
The rehydration clause, the weight cut, of course. I know you've made light of it with the 60%, but we all know the risks. And you and your family, Connor's family, Nigel Benn and Gerald McClellan, your dad with Michael Watson, yourself and Nick Blackwell, you know the real dangers of this sport better than probably any fighting family. Between yourself and Connor, is there any concerns with this news about your safety on
Can't hear it now.
Audio went out.
What happened? Did it pause?
Saturday night, will that affect your position with regards to the weight, the rehydration? Are you looking to push for any changes under the stipulations of which this fight will take place?
Of course, there's concerns, but listen, I can't really say too much.
I know you can't, and I appreciate that.
I just can't, but again, I'm ready. I'm a clean fighter. I've prepared. I've cut the weight. I'm ready to go. This is all. It's all unfolding.
Yeah.
I'm in as much know as you guys are. All I've got to do is make sure I'm ready to go.
What is your gut? Do you think the fight goes ahead?
I hope so. It should do. I'm ready. He's ready. Whatever the boxing board are saying, they're saying. And my promoters will do their best to make sure that we get the fight going and that the fans are not let down.
Okay, Chris, appreciate you talking to us, and we won't delay you any further. Go and get your workout done. And thanks very much for speaking to us. Chris Eubank Jr., one half of Saturday's main event, has faith in the British Boxing Board of Control's ability to get things over.
Interesting. It didn't want to play it anymore. I will try and force it. I don't understand why it's doing that. This whole laptop shit is pissing me off. Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
We got you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Let me just add to this tab because we've just I don't know why it did that. Started to give the spiral of death. What did you think? You could see that he didn't know what he was gonna say. Oh, I'm just in the know like you. No, you are not. You pretty much knew months ago. Just say I knew a couple months ago it was gonna get sorted out. I'm in the know. I was always cool for it to still happen, to still occur. And that's it. You know, that's all you got to say, really, isn't it? Like, that's no going different multiple ways around all this shit, is it? To be fair, or am I being not fair?
No, he came across as unassuming, and you know, maybe this is why his dad, even more insight into his dad, was just like so adamant about this fight,
right?
So adamantly against it, so. Makes a lot of sense now.
He just seemed like he didn't want to say anything. Like I don't want to screw it because maybe even implying, like who knows, man, what kind of weird stuff they had to go through. What what kind of blood oath he had to take.
Yeah, some Twilight Zone shit. Sorry.
I mean, he low-key looked like his body language, the way he's talking about it. It's like you said, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm ready to fight. It's like, I got to make this damn money. And he like, okay, well, I don't know. I hope the fight goes through. Like he never said, if he was really adamant and he wanted to really blow this up, he could just, like you said, he could just be like, man, this dude's a freaking cheater. No wonder he wanted to fight. Man, he's garbage. Like if you look at the internet, man, I see guys like Van Heerden coming out talking about, I bet he cheated. With me, I don't know if he fought the
Chris
fight.
Van Heerden, shut up. You was 2 sheets.
Yeah, Chris Van Heerden trying to come on there talking mess.
I could have knocked you out, Chris Van Heerden.
Yeah, he was talking so reckless, but it's like, dude, like, okay,
bro, like all that shit he
out.
talked before the fight, he getting there and like just pretty much.
It been different, like it been like I was like it been different. Like Van Heerden was just had gave it his all, but every time he got clipped, he looked dazed and stuff or something. But nah, dude, you weren't even ready. You collected your check and kept it.
Yeah. You was ready to be out like a light.
So be quiet.
Yeah, so be quiet. Like, yes, everything in Conor Benn's career can. Well, once he started knocking motherfuckers out, it can be questioned. He's not above reproach at the end of the day. But Chris Van Heerden, just calm down, mate, because I could have knocked you out. Let's have it right,
see, buddy.
Yeah.
But no, he just like I said, he kind of looks like in a stuck situation because everything's in the air. I mean, I wish they would just like stop talking about it's going to be reviewed. Let's be honest, that the fight's going to happen. It's too much money. The venue is set up. This is the one probably like a very anticipated building sold out. I mean, shit.
Yeah. KOK, they'll buy a license tomorrow from someone else. They'll buy one. All right, we're throwing you $500,000 just for you guys to put this fight. We'll even give you $1 million. Because what this fight is going to garner, just solely in the UK, it's big bucks. It's £20 PPV, $19.99, which is fucking high because we was told that it was going to be £10. We only pay £20 PPV for like Anthony Joshua is £20. He's £25. So them pitching this at £20. I know you guys are going to say that's not a lot of money, but do you see the scale where they're scaling this fight as it's that big that it's like £5 less than an Anthony Joshua pay-per-view. So their projection of what this fight is going to master is going to be a lot of money. And also Eddie just signed a deal that this PPV also goes on with another digital network company. Well, it's a cable company called Virgin. Richard Branson, Virgin Media. Richard Branson. You guys know Richard Branson.
I remember. Is that the same one, Virgin Records?
Yeah. So he has he has his own island. He has he owns a lot of different things. There's Virgin Water, there's Virgin he's got there's Sky, there's also Virgin. Virgin's been out for, I want to say maybe about 15 to 20 years. So there's Virgin Media. You can either have Virgin Media, you can have Sky cable, Sky satellite as well. So they've just got this fight as onto Virgin as well. So if you're a Virgin customer, you can buy it there. So it just opens the doors to a lot of customers. So they're going to make a hell of a lot of money. So this fight, I don't believe it is going to get pulled because there's just so much money involved. So let's have a little look at Eubank Jr. on his
But KLK made an interesting point though. KLK said that like Eubank Jr. doesn't even seem outraged or upset at Conor. That's kind of odd.
He doesn't seem upset.
That's odd.
Because the money is big.
Yeah.
The money is large. And I think
after that he knew the whole time that Conor was on something.
Yeah. The money's so big and the money's so large, it doesn't matter. And I think Conor decided to get so ripped because he knows that this guy is the bigger guy, and it's now led me to believe you didn't naturally think that you could beat Chris Eubank Jr. So you wanted to bulk up so them punches didn't hurt, and you could just like walk Chris Eubank Jr. down, which I thought you was going to walk him down anyway, but I didn't. Now that I've seen that, I would have to have like. We'll talk about in a minute about what our predictions. Would it change our predictions now, or would it reinforce our predictions even more? Like if we predicted for Conor Benn to win, would you now, if the fight goes ahead, definitely say, "Oh, I got Conor winning because he's juiced up," or would you say, "Oh, maybe I've got Chris Eubank"? But we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just have a look at this and let me know when I press play. Just say yeah if you can hear it. Don't let me have to pause it. Just say yeah if you can hear it. Right?
And things he's had to deal with outside of this, but going through his paces, looking calm, fresh, relaxed, and as if all is going to plan and all is on schedule.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a very experienced fighter now. He's not this young prospect anymore. He's been around the block. He knows, and he's been in with some big fighters. So though this is something he would have never experienced before, he's called on his experience to sort of keep him calm, keep him centered, keep him present, and he does look extremely relaxed with all that's been going on. And I can tell you now, in those boots, he'll have his toes crossed because he'll be desperate for the fight to go ahead on Saturday.
What reception he's likely to receive. Walking second, of course, in the main event. Benn will be walking first on Saturday night live on the Zone pay-per-view. Ring walks tentatively scheduled for around about 10:30, and of course we know how fluid those can be. We expect that local time, and of course we still don't know definitively who will end up turning up in his corner. He's hinted there may be a surprise or two. Could it be Roy Jones? Will his dad make an appearance? We just don't know at this stage. He's said he's been all Saturday night again, and he's historically struggled with fighters with excellent distance and timing, but also in those situations he has shown the ability to throw the game plan out the window, turn fights ugly, have a plan B, take the fight to the streets, and has dragged fighters into some pretty deep waters. He took Billy Joe Saunders right to the wire in a split decision. I remember press row that night. Nobody really knew who had won the fight come the 12th round, just a sense maybe Saunders had pinched it by one, and given that he clean swept the first six, and of course against Groves, he was never really hurt in that fight. He was outboxed for periods of it, but again, chucked the kitchen sink at him late on. He's shown the ability to box a little bit in later years. We know he can fight. We know he can stand and trade. We've seen that against guys like Avni Yildirim in recent years, against Liam Williams, who many had picked to potentially give him some real problems, and he handled him with absolute ease. There is a chance that he could handle this with more ease than many people had thought on Saturday night.
Well, he's so extremely fit, tough, and strong that he's neglected some of his boxing knowledge or tutorage anyway, because he just loves to get in there. He's inherited his dad's granite chin, and he works so hard. He really does. He leaves no etc. The only thing that will be missing is the world title, and I'm completely sure that after this fight, that would, being he wins because he's retired if he don't win. He'll push on for a world title. But it has been an interesting journey to watch the rise of Chris Eubank Jr.
And his relationship with his dad publicly playing out has been an interesting one to watch as well. It was that kind of almost ever looming presence when he first turned over, and his dad, there was a Great Britain flag, and his dad standing behind him in the shadows, and it was almost as much about his dad as it was about him in the early days. And of course, he was sometimes standing in the corner between rounds, posturing in place of Ronnie Davis, and many people felt, well, shouldn't the trainer be in there giving instructions?
But all of that now, it all makes sense because
look
it
where we
could
are.
quite easily have been, I know he's Chris Senior's son, but you look at Harlem Eubank, if he didn't get as involved as much, would the profile be as high as it is now? The fact that he was so heavily involved in the beginning part of his career made him that, it was so intriguing, it really was.
And he always maintained that, when people said it was his excuse to go back into the spotlight, it was so that he could get a handle on his son's career, keep him safe from the kind of snake pit that is boxing. He knows how easily fighters can be led astray, taken advantage of. And I suppose that, like any dad, as Nigel is with Conor, as I know you are with your kids, he's protective of his son.
I don't know if we can look into this too much, but you can see they're all short, sharp shots inside. Probably understanding that Conor's going to try and get on the chest. So, and there's a jab I was talking about, but generally it seems to be the short, sharp uppercuts inside, followed by the left hook.
Yeah, we know he's good at kind of nudges the space with the left elbow, makes room for that uppercut, and of course against the shorter man.
Okay. So where we at? Where we at?
You look good.
Yeah, he looked, and I did see him do an IFL interview where he lifts up his shirt, and he's definitely made the weight.
Oh, he was chiseled. He was ripped. Yeah.
Exactly. You can see he's slim and slender.
Yep.
He's chiseled. He says, I haven't had sex for 2 weeks. So he's pissed off as well. So, that's what he said he'd have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think that that he's I don't think that this fight's going to get pulled. So what I'm saying is does this change any of you guys' prediction? Conor Benn. We got Conor Benn in the building. Thank you, Conor, for joining us.
Nope. Doesn't change my mind.
No, it doesn't change my mind.
Has everybody still got Conor Benn? I know that AJ had
Eubank.
Yeah, I got Eubank too.
I always had Eubank.
I had Conor Benn. I'm gonna have to think about it, man. I really do. He's juiced, so he's gonna come in. Yeah, it's a tough one now. That prediction for me is now tough. I was very confident before. Big boys boxing. What up, though? What's up?
What's going on?
Talk to me.
Hey, Jono. How you doing?
I'm good, Lisa. Thanks.
Good.
You guys going on about he's juiced up, man. Do you guys know what the drug is?
Oh, yeah. It's called, I did a report on it. It's called Un Momento. Whatever I want. It's called, fuck. I had it on my Wikipedia. It's called like Clomiphene. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Which is a fertility drug, right?
It's a fertility drug for women that you take course for 5 days orally, and it helps produce more eggs, stuff like that. Helps you become more fertile by producing more eggs for the little shooters to get to. But in men, it turns the men that drug for some reason turns that into testosterone for men. And it's also said that drug has been cited to use as a masking agent for another drug that could be in your system. So you could look at it that way too. Either way, it's not in your coffee, it's not in your juice, it's not in your cocoa, it's not in your cereal, it's not in your milk. You have to have personally, on purpose, ingested that. someone did pose that maybe they've just had a baby. How do we know that his girlfriend, they're not trying again, or she had those pills? But it's possible, but it's very slim. That you just thought, let me take one of these. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what it is.
So what's interesting is this late in the camp, taking something like that wouldn't give him any kind of advantage, because he's through his UCAD tests, he's been clean all the way through up until now. So
how does that work, though, big boy? Because listen, how do you pop dirty on VADA but you clean on UCAD? Because I don't know enough about that, so maybe you do. I thought if you're dirty, no matter where you're tested.
Well, they all screen for performance enhancing drugs that are on the banned substance list, of course. But it doesn't really make a lot of sense, like I was saying, for him to take it now, because there won't be any benefits. But at the same time,
he got caught in August. The failure came in August, and then got caught. He got failed in August, so the time frame we're not sure when he started.
In August, I heard them say the test was from 2 weeks ago.
I know, but it came out. It's August. Yeah, that was a bit of a lie. It's August. It came out. There's an article. So August, the ending of August. Yeah. So they've known this for 2 months, near enough.
Wow, and they leave it this long to bring it out. Far out. That's crazy. But anyways, there's some kind of lab contamination, and VADA have had that in the past with Alexander Povetkin. They had that problem. He got cleared of that. The B sample hasn't been opened yet. But yeah, that kind of destroys my whole argument that why would he take drugs this late in his camp if the test comes from August? That's the first I heard of that.
And the B sample, why haven't they tested it straight away now? Why are they lingering with this B sample? The B sample is taken when you take the A sample. So you take the A and you take the B. So if and I've heard and do my due diligence that really for the B sample to be anything different from the A sample is literally a 1% different chance that your B sample may not match the A. So dude, you popped dirty. There's just no other ways about it.
And
to open the B sample, they have to have permission from the fighter for starters, because the fighter has to pay for the B sample to be opened themselves. Okay. So they had that trouble with Manuel Char in the past. He popped dirty for something, and they went ahead and opened the B sample without his permission, and he got off completely clean because they opened the sample without his permission. So it's very touchy how they do it. Sorry, Lisa, where you go?
Wow.
No, I was just going to say, those things are on the WADA list, things that, not VADA, but WADA, everything So, like with VADA, it may be a little bit different than, UCAD.
But why would that drug be acceptable on UCAD? But there's no
UCAD. The reason that happens is like UCAD is sort of like the commissions that we have locally here. They test for the primary most times. So since this is normally used as a secondary or something to help you recover from whatever cycle you're on, they usually don't catch the masking agents. That's why you see when Luis Ortiz got caught, it was VADA, I believe, or something like that. Because the reason is they not only just test for the primary, like whatever anabolic steroids you may take, they test for the masking agent that you're trying to use to recover from taking those things. So that's why a lot of people pop with VADA and stuff. That's why Floyd, even back in the day, was so adamant about having that other thing, because the main commissions the commissions only got so much money. You literally pay that. So them paying for the outside testing is going to be more thorough than just the regular commission. And the commission ain't dealing with just they got all those fights every week. So they can only do so much testing with the primary, whereas like VADA can catch you at random times. And then, like I said, they don't just look for, did he take D-ball? They look to see if you took some of the mask it, because whenever you take this because this actually is some you like, it's a SERMs. So you usually to combat like the gyno and all the other stuff that people have as a result of steroids.
Yeah. You start getting boobs, don't you?
Yes.
basically. Yeah, Arlette, sorry, you can call in. My bad. I don't know. Someone else called in, but that was a personal call, so I cut them off. But you can call in. Any guys, you can call in. My US Familia, 172689433. It's at the bottom there. Or my UK Cats, 07939530676. And then I'd like to hear your thoughts and opinions, please. Yeah, definitely.
Because one thing I was wondering was that, like, how is Conor putting on this extra weight? Is he doing it naturally, or just, is he getting muscle? And now I guess we have an answer because he's jacked to the gills, and like that might not be such a good idea not coming into the fight, because I think Arlette just said it in one of the comments. She just said, like, I was thinking the same thing, like, because he's probably getting gas and tired if the fight goes on,
right?
And if he like expends too much energy trying to knock Chris out early, like that could also not be a good thing either.
Right.
That's the point of the PED is to normally if he had just put on straight muscle, like I don't know if like a Yard or something who just muscular dude, he's going to gas, but the PED is going to give you the extra energy. I mean, really, be honest, if you think about the thing that people sweat Canelo about, he was always kind of in good shape, but the thing was he would gas. So the PEDs that's going to negate that. So that's where, like, it's no point taking PEDs just to get muscular, especially in boxing. A lot of times,
with the clenbuterol that he was on, right?
Exactly.
The testosterone will definitely allow to build muscle quite easier like that, because he's got a boost of testosterone, and he's 26, so he's got a lot of testosterone anyway. So he could just lift up a shopping bag and it's like, bing, he's ripped. He's super highly receptive.
There's the thing. There's foods out there that gives you great stamina, like a great big old bowl of oatmeal. I used to eat that stuff all the time, and I got on a treadmill. I ran for 30 minutes straight without stopping. Boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I ate some oatmeal this morning. Yeah, that's my pre-workout.
There you go.
Bro.
Yeah. See? Let me do the super chat. Will Lynch, thank you for dropping that $1.99 on you, girl. Does Chris Eubank Jr. get paid for his troubles? Well, the fight's still on, so he'll still get his pass. Yeah. I don't know what will happen with Conor Benn. I don't know if there's... I really think they should allow Chris Eubank to rehydrate to what he needs to rehydrate to now, to be honest.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah. That's the least that they can...
How coming in 160 is a compromise?
Yeah, they tried to compromise him, man. I mean, we worked it out, but I mean,
Or get rid of rehydration clause. Get rid of that.
You may as well just get rid of you may as well just get rid of that rehydration clause for true, and just let the dude
rehydrate to whatever he rehydrates to.
Whatever he wants to rehydrate to, which is going to be, probably like 175. But Conor, that's you put yourself in the fire now, so you can't say nothing to nobody. You put yourself in the fire, and everybody was babying him. Oh, if Eubank comes in overweight, it's going to be up to Conor if he still wants to take the fight. No, I kind of feel a bit sorry for Chris Eubank, because I'd also like to offer my condolences again to the Eubank family, because for one, as much as Chris Eubank Jr. does get on my nerves, he doesn't deserve, his brother just died. His dad has been admitted into a psych unit. He's going in.
And now he's raising his nephew as well.
Self-training. He's got his nephew. So listen, it's self-training. He's got a lot that's going on, in the family. So I just like to offer again, condolences and healing vibrations and positive vibes in there, because at the end of the day, this is a risk that he will be taking this fight. He's a grown man. He's 33 years old. His dad, and his dad. I'll let you can call him, babe. I saw you. You can call him. His dad. And also Nigel Benn. Remember, there was Gerald McClellan and Michael Watts. So the British boxing book Triple BC basically was sued. After they've been sued quite a lot after those incidents, because there wasn't enough oxygen, or there wasn't, the EMT.
Michael Watson, Michael Watson, they got sued.
The EMTs wasn't available, at a quick enough pace, and so now they've made it that that certain things, certain stringent things are in place. So like you have got the oxygen, you have got the defibrillators, you have got, you know, the ambulances on super standby and all of that, like rapid response. They made a lot of changes because the Triple BC was literally going to be bankrupt for the multiple lawsuits that were acquiring. So for them, even though they function with UCAD and Ben hasn't popped dirty with UCAD, it's just in their best interest to pull the fight because they don't want this, what happened down memory lane, to happen. History could repeat itself. So they can't take that risk. Do you understand? So that's why Eddie Hearn is literally, in my opinion, Eddie Hearn's been greedy. And I think this fight, as much as now we've built up and wanted to see it, I think this fight should be called off.
That's exactly what he's been. All he sees is dollar signs in his eyes.
Pound signs.
Pound signs, yes.
Yeah.
But Chan, shout out to you for realizing that, because after the the Eubank Watson incident, like they weren't prepared for that, but that caused them to be prepared. So when it happened in the Ben McClellan fight, they were prepared when that happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you understand? Yeah.
Yep.
Contrarily, he recovered Michael Watson to a degree. Yeah, he did well. I mean, yeah, he had a stroke, but I mean, yeah, shouts out to Mr. T in the building. What up, though? Yeah, so I mean, it's just in their best interest to just
scrap the whole thing.
Yeah, because I think it's just a bit tainted now, don't you? I think it's got like some bad fucking omen on it. Like, yeah. And what are we doing about Chris Sr.? So who is this surprise trainer that they've got that supposedly coming to train? This fan is blowing strays on my hair. It's pissing me off. Who is this surprise trainer that's coming in to supposedly work the Eubank Jr. corner?
A surprise trainer?
They said it could be Roy Jones Jr. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to need someone in your corner. It's better to have Roy Jones Jr. than nobody, to be honest. You can't just rely on having a cut man, and you're going to need somebody.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Give Roy a plane ticket, let him come out and help you out. At least he's familiar with him, and he'll be able to, he can motivate him a little bit and give him.
What about that Ronnie Davies guy?
I don't know.
Who was that?
Would he come?
Ronnie Davies, his longtime dad's trainer, and he was training him.
Yeah,
so
I've had him since he got Roy
that might
Jones.
be it. Yeah, that'd be something spectacular for the show.
Or it could be his dad. His dad in. Well, what did that thing that you sent me say, AJ? That they retracted their statement. So is he still in the unit?
No, he was in there, but he was released. He was released. He was in there for like I can't recall how long, but they said he was released, and they said he might want to go back because they said he was released because he wanted to come to the fight, or he wanted to see the fight, and but they said he might go back in like after it's done. It was kind of vague, but yeah, but I think they detailed he was there, but he had been released.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, man. So it's a bit of a sad one, isn't it? It's a bit. This has just been a hot mess. Yeah, guys, you can call in. Don't be shy, or you can click the link. I don't know if the link's still in the chat. If you want to come on the panel, you are more than welcome to come on the panel, say your piece, hang out with us. Can you see the link in the chat, guys? Sorry, I'm just looking at something else on YouTube. Is the link in the chat? Did I haven't, because I don't think I pinned it. Is why. Can any of you guys on the panel see the link in the chat?
I'm checking. Hold on. Let's see. See if it's in there.
So yeah, so like I'd like to hear, because we got a few people in here, so it'd be nice to hear everybody's points and opinions. If you want to call in, if you want to jump on the panel with us, King, you got anything else that you feel that it's still a Chris Eubank victory, and Lisa, you still feel it's a Chris Eubank victory? I'm the only one that thinks it's a Conor Ben. I think I'll probably stick to it being a Conor Ben victory.
Chan, you're not the only one. A lot of people are picking Conor.
Yeah.
Probably more to lean towards him now. I mean, now that we know he's coming in as the Hulk, Eubanks. You know what I mean? So it's like, what the hell?
But for all we know, that could backfire.
Hey, that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping that maybe Eubanks is I don't know how good his IQ is, but maybe he can use that aggression against him. and just stick him at the end of the stick and just out jab him and just use some lateral movement. I mean,
yeah. Bottom line, at this stage, he's got experience under his belt. He's had a lot of fights. Beating a lot of decent subpar fighters. And he's been in with some good guys, George Groves, Billy Joe, all these guys. So I'm assuming he's taken away from that, even though he did lose those fights. Like I say, he's got the championship and elite experience under his belt. So that's what I'm saying. Based on all this, like this should be enough for. So based on that, his experience enough should be alone to deal with whatever Conor does.
Yeah, because Chris Eubank Jr. is good at those sharp little thudding, like you could see him doing that for that inside work. Conor Benn is going to be a lot shorter than Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr. is about 6 foot. Conor Benn 5'9" at most. That's a great
point. Yeah. The height differential is going to make a significant difference.
Massive difference. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about a juice fighter. I don't think none of us has experienced a juice fighter. Well, I mean, except for but at the same time, as a power puncher that's trying to come forward. Like, I don't think none of us have seen that. Like,
this is
where the fight went through.
This is weird. I don't know how to gauge it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. You've got someone that's explosive already, but was he only explosive because he was really always juicing on this shit? And the mad thing is, he didn't even have to beat on Varda for this fight. It's a non-title fight. It's nothing to do. Also, Varda liked to be tied in a lot with the WBC. You didn't, because do you remember when the WBC took him off the rankings? Conor Benn. I don't know if you remember that. Maybe you guys across the pond wouldn't have been so tuned into that, because it's so basically the WBC removed Ben off of the rankings. And everyone was due to he just hasn't paid. He obviously didn't pay the sanctioning fees. Why didn't you pay the sanctioning fees? Because you know that the fights that you will be involved in or whatever, that you're going to have to be VADA tested. So they took him off, right? So they took him off, and then he came out in an interview and he was like, "Oh, it's nothing. I ain't got no problem with doing VADA and." The WBC, my team told me all I have to do is just pay my sanction fee and I'll get ranked again. Then boom, he was back ranked. And then now, I'm not sure if the Van Heerden fight was under any VADA testing, or was it, I would assume that it was just UCAD. I just think it's UCAD. But for some reason, they both decided to do VADA for this one and UCAD. And look, so would you do VADA knowing that you're juicing, that you're PEDing?
No.
Or I just think that because you got away with it under UCAD and UCAD doesn't seem to detect that drug, maybe you thought VADA wouldn't either.
Jan, if I was juicing, I'd take every precaution and measure to make sure I don't get caught.
Yeah, me too. Not pinned, Modern King. All right, let me pin it now. Let me pin it right now. Yeah, me too. I don't know if this is a fail on the behalf. I'm not trying to aid and abet the cheat, but if you're going to cheat, at least do it correctly. Clearly, you're supposed to cheat. If you're going to cheat, you fucking don't get caught. Go ahead, sis.
So he joined the clean boxing program, or was he paying for VADA straight out of his pocket?
Well, Eddie paid for it. They asked for it, and Eddie said, we paid for it. I was looking at Eddie's interview, and we paid for it. Because Eddie said it's something that he requires most of the time as a must. Modern King Boxing in the building. What up, Kim Randy Don? What up, Don? What's up?
Oh, that was a great intro. I love that long, sustaining singing voice. How are you today, LadyChann, Dum season?
I'm in the tune. No, I'm always humming the tune. How are you, King Ron? Are you awesome already? What's happening? Tell me. Chime in. What do you think?
Oh, I really believe that, you know what, this fight, I was actually thinking it was going to happen. It's crazy it came out to this. But I just look at Eddie Hearns was basically trying to still make an event, but it ain't right because he knew about this a long time ago, and it's they still was trying to make the fight happen. But I just feel like the safety is more important. Conor Benn, yeah, you're going up to fight a bigger guy, you know what I mean? But you got to do it naturally, and I just don't believe in fighters like back in the day. They didn't do this. They didn't do this as much, or it wasn't as pronounced, or maybe the drug testing wasn't as strenuous back then. Who knows? but you still got to have like integrity. And I just don't want to see somebody, pass away from a guy being in there all juiced up because he has no feelings and he's just bullying through the person, even though it might be hurting him also. You never know. It could be giving him brain damage.
Right.
But I had a friend from Atlantic City, world title holder, who died right after the ring. So this is kind of touchy for me. So I just don't believe in fighters like juicing up. You got to do it naturally. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And this guy passed away, Lavanda Johnson. I was in boot camp with him when I was in jail. He was the only person that could beat me in the obstacle course. And it's like he passed away. He was a world title holder. So and he died right after the fight. You see what I'm saying? So that it bothers me.
Yeah, yeah. Not down for all this isn't an anabolic steroid. It's just, is he trying to mask something with this? Is it just for the extra testosterone?
The performance enhancer, ain't it? Or...
Yeah, it's a ped. It's giving him extra testosterone. So how much?
Sorry about your loss, my man. RIP. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. As well on your guy, man. That's May he rest in peace. This is why we can't.
My condolences, bro.
Combat sport. It's a combat sport, and I need to. We'll get the news first. When the news starts breaking tomorrow in the morning, guys, look out for my channel as well, because obviously by the time it will get the news first of what's happening with this fight. Over the next day, I would say by tomorrow we should hear a lot more of what's going on. I'm of the mindset that they're definitely gonna find Candice in the building. What up, Candice? Candice, my sister in the building. What up, Cans?
None. I just got off the clock at my job, so.
Oh, nice to join me, man. Thank you. What do you think? Because we've been talking about chopping this up all day, haven't we? So, what's your thoughts and opinions?
Oh man. I've been trying to keep up with everything that's been going on Twitter, on my Facebook, on Instagram all damn day. If this ain't a shit show, I don't know what the hell is, but in my honest opinion, man, it's like I was just like thinking to myself, I was like, okay, is this like the first time Conor Ben really got caught dirty like this? Is this like really like the first legit time he got caught like this, or this is like multiple times? Because if this is like the first major time,
First time.
Yeah. Like I said, if this like the first major time he got popped, I was like, this the worst they could do to him is that they could probably suspend him for like a year or so. I mean, I think that's probably what's going to do. Cause like, if this is like the first thing he ever did, the first big thing, he probably just need to get suspended for a whole year. And like I said, it probably just work his way back up and all this other stuff.
The Boxing Board of Control have basically said they're not suspending him at all, because it's so weird the way they see it. I can't get my head around how this is. The way they see it, he hasn't popped dirty under UCAD, and that is the one that the British Boxing Board of Control kind of. Here we go. The Triple B. It's not that they ignore VADA, but they're more tied in. UCAD and Triple BC are tied in together, and that's what they more adhere to. Not saying that they don't, unless it's a title fight and and WBC belt, then yeah, the Triple BC would be sanctioning and it would be under VADA as well. So they'd have to listen, but they're trying to make it like, because VADA's secondary and it didn't really have to. They didn't have to have it. It doesn't matter that he's popped dirty with VADA and clean with UCAD. Does that make sense to you? It's weird. So in their opinion, there's no violation. So he's not up for suspension or nothing. That is wild.
Yeah.
So I like you, Conor Ben. I've rooted for you. Yet again, you young bucks are letting Auntie Shan down. You got one last week getting fucking stripped. You got this one popping dirty. Come on, young bucks, man, do better. You know better. You're in a job where you're making millions of pounds and dollars.
It's a generation, man.
And this is what, yeah. King Moore in the building. What up, Shelton?
Oh shit,
Oh yeah, let
my
me. Sorry,
phone died. My phone died.
Super chat. My bad. Let me do this. Yep. Thank you, Will Lynch, for dropping that 199 on your girl. Conceição and Valdez is a parallel to this situation. Yeah, because that was under USADA, Wakanda. It was under all different fucking things. And this one said this and this one said, but they said that Valdez basically it was okay because it was, from an Indian reservation that they was about all of this and it happened to be in Arizona. So it was all a bit, so they was like, no, he's done nothing wrong. So they allowed it. And Mauricio Suleiman, fatty man, said, yeah, it could go ahead as well,
Listos pe los chingazos! Listos pe los chingazos!
So it kept on happening. So the fight was what the fight was on. So it looks like this is a parallel to this. So King Moore, what up, Shell? Love you. What's happening? Where are you?
Love you, Lisa.
Have you uploaded WhatsApp yet?
What's up with y'all? How y'all feeling?
We in the building.
Man, it's true, huh? The dude popped dirty, huh?
Yeah.
God damn.
Sad, isn't it?
It's sad. Well, hey, look, I thought Eubank was gonna whoop his ass anyway. So obviously, he might have thought the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I'm thinking now. He definitely
thought
the same
interesting,
thing.
Yeah. Love you, Shelton. Love you, Shelton.
Love you, Lisa.
Chill. Love you more.
That he had is basically
It's like a masking agent, right?
Yeah, it's a masking
So
agent.
basically,
it's testosterone.
So basically, what they're trying to say, I guess he was coming off a cycle and he was trying to flush and clean out.
And you can use it for that too as well. It's either or. Yeah. Either or, it shouldn't be in your system. 5 days that women take it for 5 days. I heard
man. So what they gonna do? They gonna stop the fight, right?
No, the fight's still on.
Eubank must want to get paid.
Yep.
So, wouldn't they both be getting paid?
Yeah, I mean, if he fights, he's gonna get paid. I'm just saying, Eubank, he got the option to say, I ain't fighting this dude, he on the juice.
Yeah,
or
he said
I'm fighting this dude because I want the money. That's basically what it says to me.
Yeah. He said he's down. The thing is, Conor Benn lied. He said, I've spoken to Chris Eubank since this has all come out. And then Chris Eubank said, no, I haven't spoken to Conor Benn at all. But I did express to my team that I still want to do the fight. So, and so.
These dudes, man. And that's what happens. And see, this is what happens, Chan, when we put these dudes on pedestals, act like they're not humans. All humans are flawed. Y'all have flaws.
Let us down, didn't they?
Yeah,
absolutely.
My grandmother used to always say, you put your trust in the man, you're going to get let down every time.
Absolutely.
Man,
it's funny, Chris Eubank Jr. has a granite chin, but he could be knocked out. It could happen. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It could happen. Definitely could happen now.
You don't need no more medication.
What'd you say, Sheldon? Say it again.
It could definitely happen now, AJ, with Conor Benn being on the juice.
Yep, or it could backfire. Well, we never know. So.
Yeah, I think I still got you. I still got Eubank beating his ass.
Me too. Yeah, I got him winning.
The same here.
He's just too small, man. He's just too small.
But you know what it was? You know what probably shook Conor to his core when they did the face-off? They're like, when Eubank was asked, you think you're really just going to walk right through me? And he went, yeah, like on a warm summer's day. You're like, okay. You're like, oh,
I'm going to beat your little ass up, boy. I'm going to beat your little ass up.
I hope it puts more pressure on. That's why I'm saying they need to be shaming them for it. Like when Valdez popped dirty here, man, Man, he looked in that fight so demoralized when he got to the fight because everybody was all over him. Like,
his
oh,
performance was
Valdez
affected.
and
That
blah, blah,
affected his
blah.
performance. Exactly.
He almost lost that fight. Well, you know, but on the scorecards he won, but he basically lost that fight, and you just see he looked like shit because they were all over him. Like,
But let me ask you this: Have they been shitting on him all day?
Yeah.
Have they been shitting on him all day?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, on Twitter they've been shitting on him, but I would like to see when he does his ring walk how that's gonna go down. If he's booed or because
throw Tylenol at him or something.
They probably, you know the UK, Chan. You from the UK? You know how y'all get down. They might throw needles at his ass.
Yeah, throw something at him.
Yeah. Take those, fucker.
In my opinion, there'd be a boo. He'd probably get booed. But the UK would just be like, anyway, we're seeing the fight. Like, people are. But if he wins, it's not going to be a credible win.
No, it won't.
Oh no, he gets no credit. He gets no credit if he wins because he popped dirty.
Oh man, he's fucked up. He's
Yeah,
dad.
especially if I see him throwing regular punches and
What
Eubank
is his
looking
dad
all
said about?
woozy
What is
and
Nigel
shit.
said about all
Here
this?
we go.
Has he said anything?
Yeah,
I don't know.
She's in bunches. I'm going to be like, yeah, that's the juice. His dad hasn't come out yet and said anything. I know his dad is livid. His
He's
dad's
probably
here.
furious.
Okay, his dad's here. Livid. Yeah, he said G-Star philosopher. Yeah, man said he's 60%. Yeah, he can do it on 60%. Beat him. Well, you're on 60%, Chris Eubank Jr., but I'm afraid Conor Benn's on 120 with the juice, with the tablet. I don't know how much they do. I don't know. It's just testosterone, so that's a lot. That's helping you a lot. That's ramping you up. That's going to make you go longer. You're not going to feel as much pain. It's an enhancement. It is a big enhancement. You can't dumb that down. Yeah, you can't dumb that down. That's a performance enhancing. And whether he's masking something, this is still helping him, right? Because if he has to go the distance, he goes the distance. I don't know. This could massively backfire on him. Is everybody too shy to call in? What happened?
Arlette said she tried to call in a couple of times, but it went straight to voicemail.
Really? Arlette, let me call you.
Make sure you got some anytime minutes.
Arlette may have something to say. Let me call you, Arlette. 1 second. I'll call Arlette and then... I don't know. Shouldn't it? My phone's been ringing, so it shouldn't have gone to voicemail, to be honest. I'm not sure what's up. So let me call you, Arlette.
If I was Chris Eubank, I'd call Connor and be like, you about to get it now, boy.
Yeah. Oh, mate, they're gonna have to have a conversation. Hey, Arlette.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, I don't know why it was going to voicemail. It shouldn't have, but you're in the building.
Are you calling from a 917 number?
Huh?
Are you calling me from a 917 number?
I'm calling you from my London number, but it doesn't matter because I've also got minutes on that, so it doesn't really matter.
No, but I'm gonna get charged. That's why.
Oh, do you? You get charged for international. Okay, so I'll hang up. Wow. Yeah, I remember myself. You hang up and call me back then.
Okay, then.
All right, bye. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I remember the UK. King of King. Yep, I got you. All right, he's got to step out the building. Yeah, it's like that. Some of you guys are in the States, if you get called from an international number, you get charged. That's wild. That's wild. We only get charged if we make the call. Yeah, I remember my sister was telling me that. So she had to have the international tariff. I don't know. Arlette seems to be having a problem. That's the number 917-268-9433. If not, Arlette, do it via WhatsApp, and that's free. And you can do it through the normal number because I don't know why you're not getting through. You should do, or maybe that's it. But go ahead.
If they do stop the fight, I'll just watch. I'll go down to Carson.
Say that you broke up.
Uh-oh.
me just call Arlette on WhatsApp. That doesn't charge her any money. It's on WhatsApp.
Hello?
It's on WhatsApp. I just
Okay, so you're calling me for WhatsApp. That's better.
Yeah.
I remember I called your line one time from my Sprint phone. Well, it's T-Mobile now. There's a company in America called T-Mobile, and my phone bill was $60 extra.
Really?
Then, and I was only on the phone for 2 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy. And when you was calling my US number, it was just going to voicemail. I'll have to have a look.
No, it rang. It kept on ringing, and then it says that the caller's not able to answer.
Oh, okay. Strange because
What's happening, Arlette?
Yeah, because someone else called me from. I don't know. It's strange, but hey, we're here. So Arlette is in the building. What would you like to say? Give us your breakdown.
Hey everyone. Hey Lisa and Shan.
What's up, Arlette?
Thank you.
I'm good. Hi.
What's up, sis? Chilling.
I'm great.
You tried calling as well. See, everyone's tried calling. Will said he tried calling the US. It must be. I don't know. I'm not hearing it. Ring. So my bad. Maybe everyone's trying to call the US and can't get through. I have no clue. I will have to check. Go ahead, Arlette. My bad. What do you think?
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm still kind of, Ben, I always had like him, like I was watching him in an interview a while back with his girlfriend, and he came off like very aggressive, angry. I always thought that boy is on something, like very emotional, very angry. I don't know. I for some reason, I think that he was on some type of substance. But it's weird that they didn't show his body. If they knew about this 2 weeks ago, you notice that they didn't show his body until recently, because like that body doesn't just show up like that overnight.
Yeah, I don't know how he sprung up like that for real.
Yeah, but I always had Chris Eubank winning that fight anyway. Because muscles to me means nothing in boxing. I know a lot of muscle guys that get beat up. Like, what's the guy named? That fight Kawasaki, that guy from the U.S.
Jeff Lacey. Jeff Lacey.
And a lot of these guys that are real muscle, that doesn't really mean anything. That's just muscle. People have to realize it takes a lot of energy holding up your arms for 12 rounds. That gets tiresome. And plus, you have to realize he's not used to carrying that much weight as far as fights. So he's supposed to, this will be his first fight, fighting at a weight like that against a guy that's very experienced. Compared to him, to me, I always thought he was like, I think Conor Benn is he's not even a contender. He's still, right? He's just a
prospect.
He's still a prospect, in my opinion.
He kind of is, but because of the lineage where they come from, and it's 30 years that they stay that they're when they fight, that their dads fight. For us in the UK, it's nostalgic, so it's important for us to be able to get this fight off. That's why, because it won't ever happen again. When two sons and the dads fought each other and then the sons fought each other, like it just won't happen. Not maybe in this lifetime. So that's why it's more of just a UK thing. That's what it is. So it's been sanctioned. Maybe it shouldn't have, because someone at a lesser experience, smaller weight against a guy that's fringe world level, higher weight. But hey, because of the nostalgia and because it garners a lot of money. Wouldn't see that. For the UK, it's a big fight. Yeah, that's why.
I mean, to me, it's a big fight, because I remember in high school about their fathers fighting, and of course, everybody in America knows about Gerald McClellan and what happened to him. So these guys are well known, and Chris Eubank Jr. He used to live in New York, actually, in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
So like they have so they have New York affiliations as far as as far as fighting. So yeah, but like I said, Yeah, I think, this thing, if this fight does turn out to happen, I think it could be more people probably be tuning in to fight just to see what's going to happen, or they're so disgusted about what Conor did that they'll root against him and want to see him get knocked out. So either way, this is more money for the fight.
It is, unfortunately, it's going to garner way more money than it probably would. It was going to garner money anyway, but yeah, now the intrigue, like, it's weird. Does it sound like, apart from me, I'm like, nah, the fight should just be called off, but I actually do want to see the fight. It's like, we've got so close to the fucking finish line now, man. I need to just see what's going to happen. And I mean, if Conor Ben gets sparked out, then he gets sparked out. Nobody's going to feel sorry for him, are they?
And the irony is that Chris Eubank Jr. is not a likable person, but now he will have people actually rooting for him because of this.
Indeed.
So
that's what I said, Arlette. Yep. People's rooting for him.
So it's so much funny stuff in this whole thing that's like, and like I said, I never liked Ben because he comes off to me like a woman beater type aggressive. He's very like, I get like a very strange vibe.
Yeah, from
him.
Yeah,
but
he's aggressive. Mm-hmm.
He's very aggressive, and like I said, I saw an interview with his girlfriend, and it's like his girlfriend was afraid to speak, and everything she said, he was questioning, like, "What do you mean? I was like, what?
Calm down.
I was like,
Conor
this guy
Ben.
is mad controlling. He looks like he could, like, as
Roid
soon
rage.
as she gets home, that he will beat her ass because she answered something wrong. She looked like she was terrified of him. And a lot of guys that's on steroids and all that stuff, they got those type of issues. So, and that happened like about, I want to say like 9 months ago. So
yeah, they have their own.
That's
little
all I
reality
wanted
show.
to say.
Yeah, they have their own little
I
reality
know.
show. They have their own little YouTube channel where they do about their life day to day, and it's quite popular actually. I wonder if he's going to lose endorsements and stuff like that. About having all of this. I don't know. It's gonna. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, good luck.
Good
but
luck.
Like I said, if it comes off, I have Eubank winning, and even if it's close, Eubank is still gonna win because nobody likes a cheater.
No, nobody does like a cheater, and it's just disappointing. Auntie Shan is disappointed. Auntie Shan, is very, very disappointed. But yeah, shouts out to you, Arlette. We shall see. We're gonna keep doing our due diligence, and shouts out to you and the whole boxing bunch. You guys are amazing and all help us as content creators, those that know, and all that, and find bits and pieces and give us ideas and help us to come up with shows like this. So shouts out to the boxing bunch all day, every damn day. So thank you.
Thank
Arlette.
you. Love you, Shan.
Love you too.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Night. Thank you, Arlette. Love you too, girl.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, Arlette.
Yes.
Love you too.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I think there must be a problem with my American number. I will have that sorted probably by tomorrow. I'll have to see. I call the company. I have no clue. If you're saying it rings and I can't hear it, then there's a problem. Yeah, that's not good. My bad. So yeah, I'll have to have that sorted out because a few of you probably would like to have called in. Will, what up, though? Will Lynch in the building.
What's up, LadyChann?
What up? What's happening? Thank you for joining me. You tried to call as well. What did it ring, Will?
What do I think? I think that
no, when you called the American number, did it ring?
it definitely rang. It was a different kind of ringtone than I'm used to here in the States. It was kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It was more of a faster paced ring, but it kept going to voicemail, so I couldn't
Okay. Yeah. Might be a fault on my line. Not good. I pay money for my line. But go ahead, Will. Give me your thoughts.
So I know a lot of people probably know me because of the picture of Nigel I always have on my YouTube. Don't really show my face anymore because I just want people to listen to what I have to say instead of focusing on me. But anyway,
What up, Will?
What up, AJ?
He's a regular on Jill's panel. What's going on, man?
Oh,
For sure.
Will
But,
used to be always here as well.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, LadyChann. I've been having a lot of personal issues go on, and
No,
I've
it's
just been.
fine. No, I still see you. I know you just, you know, you go. But I'm just saying, AJ, I know Will. Yeah.
Okay,
Hell
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But here, this is funny to me because like I watched the face-off the other night, and for a split second, I actually saw Nigel in his son. But now that he's been popped, like it makes perfect sense to me because it's like what a lot of people don't know about me because I don't put it to the forefront. Nigel Benn means so much to me as a person, as an athlete. He was literally my idol growing up. So like it says a lot that you have to juice yourself up to get to that energy your father was at. But now that all this has come out, what's ironic to me is I see Eubank. I see a lot of Eubank in his son because that was the same kind of competitive arrogance that his father had. It makes perfect sense now why he's treating it like this because it's like, and if you don't, and excuse my language, but it literally is fuck you at this point because yeah, you're going to juice, you're going to try to cheat. Okay, well, I ain't going to take you serious now. I'm going to make you look stupid at 60% because you got to juice up to get to my level. So that's how I view this fight now. But that being said, like Conor, I don't know what it is about their fathers and allowing them to fight because even though technically on a technical boxing level they are better in terms of they know how to throw a proper jab, what have you, but they just don't have the mentality that their fathers had, in my opinion, because you had two warriors willing to go out there and kill each other for the audience, for the pride, for, you know, just to prove who was the best. Like, this is not that.
Well, I mean, it's not that, but I mean, it's still an intriguing fight. We didn't ask for it at all. Like, we didn't, you know, this coin collection fucking company, they've just super delayed. Sorry to thingy. I'm just looking at my emails. Delayed my shit. I'm going to have to make calls because they said, you know, I'm pissed. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Send my shit. You quick to take money. But yeah, I mean, we didn't, ask for the fight, but I mean, as you UKers, I think we're just now intrigued, and it would be a shame not to see the fight. But morally, the fight should be pulled. So in a catch like 2-2, it's like we want to see the fight, but I mean, it's just something to do. We didn't have boxing last week, so I kind of think that it's just like maybe just give us something. I don't know. How do you guys feel? You tell me how you feel. You guys tell me.
At this point, I don't care. Like the fight goes on, fine. If not, if it's canceled, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah.
I never looked. I never saw. Sorry, I never saw Conor as his father. I know a lot of people tried to put the nostalgia at the forefront, but as far as this fight goes, it's just intriguing in terms of you got a welterweight moving up and a middleweight moving down. So that's as interesting as it gets to me at this point.
That's funny.
But like Chan said, he's not the Dark Destroyer. He's a prospect. So
no. They call him the Destroyer, but like
my phone. Sorry, I'm getting emails from my number saying that you guys have left the message and how many people have called. Yeah, and I don't know why it's not up for me, but it's funny. I'm seeing. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's not the Dark Destroyer. So if the fight goes on, it goes on. And matter of fact, we got boxing this weekend. We got Ocampo and goddamn Fendora, so we can watch that.
Oh God, that's gonna be a mismatch. I know. Hey, Sheldon. I know a guy was actually picking Ocampo for the upset.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I need to bet that. I need to bet that guy. I need to get some of my money back.
Maybe he just thinks.
Go ahead, Chad.
Maybe just think he gets money on it because he's the underdog.
Yeah, because that motherfucker wins. You get rich, Chan.
Yeah.
You get rich if you bet on Ocampo because everybody got him getting knocked out maybe third, fourth round.
He ain't winning. He ain't gonna be Fendora.
Of course he's not.
Yeah.
Who the heck could actually reach to hit a 6'7", 154 guy like that? I've never seen anyone that tall in that weight.
Well, Lubin dropped his ass.
People
forget that.
That's true. Lubin did put him down. That's true.
He did put him down first time in his career, pro career. But he said, I keep saying this. He said he can make 147 as well.
Oh God, no.
He
He would look sick. He would look
He'd
sick.
be ill. He looks sick now.
Yeah.
But he said, yeah, literally he could make 147. Imagine him being at the 147 division right now. He'd just like be.
Oh Lord. Oh my
just
God.
trying to annihilate all of these littler lads. Like, you know what I mean? You want a refund, Loke in the buildings, and you want a refund from your pay-per-view. Yeah, I didn't even buy it yet. I always buy the pay-per-views on the day of the fight.
I do too, Chan. That's my cardinal rule. I purchase them on the day of. That's a rule for me.
Yeah,
just so there's no funny business, as you know, in case there's no late cancellation, nothing. So yeah,
gets pulled. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. What up, Gredax? What's happening in the building?
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. What's up?
What up, Gredax? I like to hear Gredex's thoughts on this. What's up, man?
Yeah, it's just pretty disgusting, to be honest, that he has to
Shelton,
cheat.
Shelton, can you mute your mic? You've got a bit of background. Go ahead.
No, it's just a bit disgusting, really, that he has to cheat. And like, if he's popping for that, apparently that's a masker for something else, so it's even worse. Yeah, it's not impressive. I liked Ben until then, so I don't like him anymore.
I don't you like him no more. You've gone off him.
No, I don't like cheaters, man.
Will. Yeah. Love Will. Thank you for joining us on the show, Will Lynch, as well. He's got to go. So just peace out. You're always welcome to come back. You know where home is. Yeah, I know. But then we're gonna have to hate a lot of people then. Mike Tyson.
I'm fine with that.
Mike Tyson popped dirty.
Yeah, I don't like him for that either.
I know. Is it that after a while we forgive them, like if they become legendary? Or is it that the old lot, we don't seem to harp on about it? I mean, I love Roy Jones Jr., but he popped dirty. I love him. And
I think that generation did it a lot more, and it was a lot more prevalent back then.
Was it more acceptable as well? Even though it was illegal.
So.
I mean, which is crazy because you would think those guys had the skill set to win, the right way. What do they need a juice for? You know what I mean?
If everyone else is juicing, then it's like, well,
be even, yeah.
Especially if you're someone like Holyfield, who is smaller, he had, well, not
he
had
popped
to,
dirty anyway, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, look at him.
He popped dirty. Yeah, maybe his dad probably was on them things too, fam. Yeah, his dad could have been on. Nigel could have been on. That's what I was thinking, and that's why I was thinking why also Chris Eubank Sr. was so anti, because I think he thought, this guy's going to juice for my son, because maybe they did it.
Did Nigel do drugs? Did he do drugs back in the day too?
Nigel said he was doing all sorts of drugs and all of that. So so I don't know. Yeah, but go ahead, Gredax. Do you think the fight should go on? Because so far the fight is going on, and they're just going to get another sanction.
Well, I think Eubank should do some. He said he's happy to fight, so if he's happy, then sure. But the thing is, he should use his position now to try and get either more money or less weight cut or something, because he could just be like, yeah, well, you're juiced out your mind, mate. So, I need to come in heavier. So what am I going to do?
Take the rehydration clause.
Yep, get rid of that. That's what I do. If I'll make the weight or just whatever, but I get to rehydrate to whatever I want.
Me
so.
Yeah, me too. Your video is titled Eubank Ben Cancelled. Yeah, that's...
It's just very unprofessional, isn't it? And just, it's tarnished his name, I think. Or at least in my opinion, it has.
He has tarnished his name.
It's going to carry with him for a long time.
Yeah, that sticks with you. That sticks with you forever. Forever. Yeah, that's stuck with you, mate. Sorry, Miss Jackson. We've got a new person in the building. What up, sir? New person on the panel. What's your name? What's your name? Can you hear me, mister? Hello.
Oh,
your name
boy.
Ricardo, 79.
Okay.
Ricardo. If not, I'm going to have to put you backstage, my dude, my guy. Can you not hear me, Ricardo? No?
He's clearly devastated as a Ben fan.
Tick, tock.
Yeah, I'll put him backstage, maybe.
Can you hear me, Shan?
Oh, here he comes back again. Ricardo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. What up, though? New panel member. sorry, my American number is clearly not working, so I guess you guys are like, fuck it, let's jump on and it's more the merrier. It's all good. What's up, Ricardo? Thank you for joining.
Hey, not a problem, Shan. So actually, I've been watching your show for a while now. So, been around for a while, the YouTube community since like 2007. So, a lot of the changes, the ebbs and flows, and the dynamics, and everything that's happened between the community, and everything from boxing just being boxing and talking about fights and the fighters to promoters to networks and all the other bullshit, purses, and all that nonsense. So,
it all change. Where are you situated? Where are you from? I know, obviously. What state are you from?
Originally Chicago, Illinois, but I'm currently living in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm español, see?
But no, I was just calling because I wanted to touch on, some of what.
Yeah, tell me what your thoughts and opinions are on this matter. Is Conor Benn tainted for life? What would you just give us your opinion. I'll kick back. Go ahead. Ricardo, ¿dónde está? Mi hermano.
Must be having mic issues. Connection issues.
Ricardo, you there? Ricardo. It might be some technical issues. Hang on. So who have we got?
I want to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, me too. Let me see. Hopefully it should sort itself out. Okay, so let's move along until Ricardo sorts out his thingamajig.
Hello?
Yeah, there you are. Yeah.
All right. I'm pop back in. Man, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah.
I tried calling you earlier, but it just kept ringing. So
I know I've got something wrong with it. It's telling me that people are calling in on my emails. It's emailing me saying that people, but it's not doing it on my phone. So I'll call the company tomorrow and see what's up. Yeah. So, but thank you. I'm glad that you joined us on the panel. So let me know what you think about this whole debacle.
Before I continue, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. No, I don't think this will have too much of an impact, honestly, on his career. I think it's a stain. Don't get me wrong, but I think that he's gonna continue on with his career. If anything that we've seen guys lately, I mean, not even lately, just in boxing period, how many guys have popped and they continue on with their careers? So, is it right now? Of course it's not. Of course it's a clear violation. But I don't think it's going to have a too much of a detrimental impact where he's not going to be able to survive on boxing and move forward. And that's just the way it's been. So, I mean, we can go back and look at X amount of boxers that have popped dirty and they still came out on top, still made money. Is it a stain? Is there an asterisk? Yes. But a real shit stain is something like Margarito. What happened with him? That I mean, obviously that's a little different, but in this case, with fighters popping dirty, it's kind of like, you know what? All right, he popped dirty, and some guys move on with their career, and they're successful to this day. So I'm not going to sit here and start going down a rabbit hole of which fighters and this and that. We know, if you follow the sport, you know who. But no, I think he'll continue on. Initially, I wasn't big on this fight. I know it's a grudge match. It's probably big over there in the UK. But to me, I'm straight to the point. Who's going to unify? Who's going to try to become undisputed? That is it. Bottom line for me. I'm not into networks. Who's who? I know that's part of the game. I know it's part of the business, money, all that. Who is legitimately trying to be undisputed? And who's trying to gather all the belts? Because only thing you can do after that is either defend your titles, move up, or retire, depending on what part of your career that you're at, what stage of your career a fighter's at. So in this case, that's why this fight wasn't big to me, my opinion. That's how I feel about this fight. So I wasn't really big on Eubank fighting Ben. I would have rather seen Ben fight Thurman, one of the other top guys, even a top 10 at welterweight.
He tried. They offered Thurman. Thurman turned it down, and he was like, "Who's Conor Benn?" So
right.
He turned it down.
Right, and that's the whole boxing politics. That's the shit we're dealing with now. But that's what I just threw Thurman out there as one example.
I would have loved to have seen that as well.
Oh, you know who would? And another one I thought would be entertaining, would be a good fight, is Ben and Blair Cobbs. Man, the press conference, the energy, and that man, the shit talking, that shit would have been so hilarious.
I think we said that when Blair Cobbs, after he just had his win the other day, we did absolutely say we could match Blair Cobbs with Conor Benn.
Was it Rolly?
That we said Conor Benn, we said Rolly just to see him get knocked the fuck out or whatever, but something like that. Yeah, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
but no, yeah, Rolly that would be entertainment for an entertainment standpoint. But fight wise, again, we're having guys mismatch with weight classes. But anyway, so at this point, I think there's too much money on the table, and I think the fight's going to continue to go through. I know that right now the information is up in the air, so nobody truly knows. I haven't heard an official announcement, only that he's popped. So I think there's just too much money on the table. I think there was too much planning involved. The foundation's been set for this fight to take place, and for them to pull out, unless there's an intervention by the athletic commissions or those who have oversight, the fight's going to continue on. The party's going to go on. Now, have you heard, or anybody else heard any penalty besides public scrutiny when it comes to Benn?
I've heard nothing, because this is the weird thing. Is this what I'm saying, Ricky? That they're basically saying that VADA doesn't matter because they're only correlating and they're only teamed up with UCAD, and he hasn't popped dirty on UCAD, so there's no reason for him to have any disciplinary measures. Isn't that crazy?
Well, that's because there's a lot of money involved, isn't there? And there's connections there. You know what I mean? He's with her. Like that's why I said initially in the beginning, it's not going to have that much of an impact on him. He's still gonna be involved in a lot of good fights. The other thing I wanted to touch on was, I'll tell you who I was pulling for, only because I didn't like the dynamics of the fight. I feel Eubank should be fighting somebody at middleweight. There's a lot going on. Again, I know this boxing politics. We know it's at 160. There's a lot of guys there. I would have liked to see him fight versus dropping down to fight Benn for this grudge match.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%. Like, I mean, you was calling out Triple G like ages ago. Like, you've not did anything. You've got your own champs. You and Jamal Charlo like could have fought. You haven't called out Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo hasn't called him out. I mean,
well, Jamal Charlo's not going to fight anybody. So
there's Jaime Munguia, like. He's not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. Like I stay on Eubanks' fucking ass because he don't do nothing. He's just he's a massive underachiever. I'm not sure what he's in the actual boxing game for, to be honest.
Well, Chan, you heard what he said. He said Golovkin can get it. He can get it. So go get that fight.
Yeah, he can get it now that he's nearly 41. You know, that's why. And will I still watch that fight? Yeah, I would. And I would fucking hope that Golovkin at 41 beat the brakes off of Chris Eubank Jr. just for the fact that you tried to do this now. Like, yeah. And he's saying if he loses to Conor Benn, by the way, he's retiring, because there's no way that he could lose to a welterweight and then go on a title run. Well, dude, you've hardly been on a title run anyway. You've been calling out Jake Paul. You called out fucking Kell Brook. You call out people that are past.
He called out Terrence Crawford.
Weight class. Yeah. Oh God. And I still have Crawford to beat him, and I don't care that he's big. How about that?
Eubank called out Crawford.
Yes, he did.
When was this?
Oh, this is earlier this year. That's not. I'm not kidding. He really did. He really did.
He's King Clout Chaser. He is the clout of all clout chasers. Chris Eubank Jr. That's why I don't really have a lot of time for him. So, you know, this happened. This is his biggest payday, and you know, and this is his biggest payday. This is his math. So they're gonna make sure this fight probably goes ahead.
Yeah, and exactly. It's there's too much money. There's too much money involved, and that's what this fight is. And it's big over there for you guys. Am I gonna watch it? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I want to see what happens.
Do you guys want to pay for it as well, or do you get it out free?
I don't think.
No, it's free for us. We get to see it.
For us.
It's free on DAZN. But they're charging y'all. So
yeah, £20 for us. And we was all ready to fucking pay it, but I mean, it's still happening. So I'm gonna have to buy. This is what we're gonna have to watch over the next few days, because so far the fight is still happening. The fight's still happening.
And the other thing I wanted to touch on, Shan, was the Fundora himself. Okay, So he's fighting Ocampo. We know what that is. Ocampo's probably going to smoke in the first 3 rounds.
For sure.
It's just a showcase fight. That's all it is. Now, now would I like to see him fight Jamel? That's interesting. You know what I mean? That's an interesting dynamic right there. But
Jamel, yeah.
Yeah. So, but he's fighting Zoo, which I like that. I don't know if Zoo's ready just at this point, but he's gonna have a chance to prove himself should they fight. But going back to Fundora, he reminds me of Paul Williams. When Paul Williams came on board, man, he was a freak of nature. This guy, 147. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
He for those who followed back then, followed Paul Williams before he unfortunately got in that accident, got paralyzed, what have you. That guy, man, Paul Williams, man, he was in some damn good fights, but just his size and the way he was what, 6? I think it was 6'2". He was around there. You guys can look it up. Look up his.
Yeah, I remember Paul.
Yeah, that's who Fundora reminds me of, just a lot taller. A lot taller. I'm guessing about 5'4" or 5 inches. The guy's he's a freak. But Paul Williams dealt with some of the same things. But in his case, though, he didn't get to fight a lot of the guys who wanted to fight him because of his size. I think Fundora earlier, somebody was saying he was talking about going down 147. I think that's unhealthy. I don't think that's good at all. If anything, he should be looking to go to 154 and then eventually going to 160. That's where his career is going. Going to 147, I don't think that's good for his health. Even for I don't know who would fight at 147 or who would want to fight him. But anyways, that's who Fundora reminds me of right now at this current day. It's Paul Williams.
Probably go all the way up to 168 with his big ass.
Yeah.
Where he is? Here he is. Here's Paul Williams here.
He was supposed to fight Canelo before he got injured.
I did not know that.
He was. That was in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he.
So tell me, what happened to him? South Carolina, 6
motorcycle accident.
Southpaw.
Yeah.
How old is he? It doesn't say his old age.
He same situation with Diego Corrales. He got on a motorcycle, but he survived. I mean, obviously Paul
Williams was paralyzed though, and he had to retire.
Right.
Unfortunately. When did this happen?
Not long after his last fight, which was 2012, 2013, something like that. And he was still, I think he was like in his early 30s at the time.
Wow, I don't know about this. And he fought in Lara.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, I did Larry get robbed in that fight?
Go watch his fights.
Yeah.
I encourage people in the chat, and I encourage everybody to go watch some of his fights. Yeah. Watch his fights with Sergio Martinez and watch his
Martinez.
Martinez
knocked his ass out in the rematch.
I remember that.
So
Carlos. Yeah, I remember all these people.
Yeah, so Paul Williams was one of the guys because Floyd was running around talking about TBE, best ever, blah, 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 blah. I said, why don't you fight Paul Williams? What's up with Paul Williams? You want to fight Paul Williams? What's up with Sergio Martinez? They want to fight Sergio Martinez. So Paul Williams was in that category where people, like I said, Antonio Margarito fought him. Sergio Martinez fought him. He had some really good fights. A lot of you guys just have to go back, watch some of his fights, man. I was so upset when I found out. Not upset. That's more personal as a boxing fan, but it was unfortunate what happened to him. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Floyd don't want the parts of him.
Oh fuck no. But that was the debates back then.
So 41 wins, 27 coming by way of knockout, 2 losses, only 1 stoppage. That's a very impressive record. 0 draws. I mean, southpaw as well.
Yeah, very dangerous. Mm-hmm.
He was, he's called the Punisher. So that's a shame that happened to him. That is a real shame. Fucking motorbikes, hate them. Always be careful in them things, man. It's just don't. I just.
And then I also wanted to touch on one more topic.
Go ahead.
Was the undercard of the Fundora Ocampo? We have Carlos Adames.
Oh yeah, he's fighting one.
Let me just put it on hold. Ben, I know that's you. Just be on hold 1 second while Ricky finishes his point. Okay.
He's fighting Juan Montiel, right?
Yeah, he's fighting Juan Montiel. Yeah. So I think that's that.
Oh, the guy that gave Jamal Charlo. The guy that gave Jamal Charlo hell last year.
I know. Yeah. Who's Juan Montiel fighting? Did you just say?
Carlos Adames.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be on the undercard on tomorrow. I mean, on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would like for everybody to pay attention to that fight because you're going to have a good gauge and a good measure to see what Adames. I know triangle theories aren't shit in boxing, but it's going to give you a good gauge where Adames is versus Montiel, because then you can gauge, okay, what happens if Adames fights Charlo? And right now
just saw Adames fight, didn't we?
Derevchenko we fought, I think, last, right?
No, so that wasn't in the last 3-4 months, was it? No.
It's been a while since he's been in the ring.
Why do I know that? I've seen it. Okay, all right.
But he fought Sergey Derevchenko, I think, was it last year, if not early this year?
Yeah, that's what it is. 2021.
You beat him on points. Yeah. That was a good fight.
And so where I'm going with this is because PBC likes to keep shit in house. Al likes to keep shit in house. Look to see how Adames does. He's most likely he's going to win. In my opinion, I'm favoring him to win. Depending on how he wins, you're looking at Charlo's next opponent.
Hey man, if he smokes Montiel and knocks him out,
you think
Charlo probably won't fight him.
you think Charlo's gonna fight Johnny Beck? Come on, man. I think that would be a good fight. Not saying that Johnny Beck would beat Charlo, but I'm just saying though the risk factor involved.
I don't know what Charlo's doing though. We're gonna have to wait, and he's in the club with 50%. He's I'll put out a piece with Coach Ronnie Shields was on saying that I think maybe we're going through a divorce as well. So there's a lot going on. I don't think he will see Charlo more in the ring until at least probably like summer next year, in my opinion.
God,
and he better be careful that he doesn't get stripped. I said to Uncle Ronnie, and he said, no, he's within the time of the WBC, so I don't know.
When's the last time you even fought a mandatory? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like PBC fighters get all this lenience with these belts. You know what I mean? They never get ordered to fight Mandos, but Joe Cordina gets injured and he gets stripped. How does that work?
Yeah, I know. I'll explain that in a bit. I'll explain it in a bit. But go ahead, Ben Adams. I forgot that you're on the line. Ben Adams in the building. I forgot you was actually on the line.
Now, first thing I want to say, obviously, Queen Shan, you look gorgeous always. Salute to the Queens, Lisa Bales, Arlette.
Thank you.
And is it Candice, if I'm correct?
Yes.
Is it Candice? Look at the names right. Not obviously all the other Queens in the building, and to AJ as well. And I can't remember all the names, everyone else as well. I just want to say first thing, obviously, I don't really care anymore for Ben and Eubank. Obviously, I would like to see the fight, but I was watching one of the interviews earlier, and it was like they didn't mention one of the boxers' names. I don't know if it was female or men. It doesn't matter anyway. But the undercards, they get peanuts, and this individual paid for their holiday in advance. So if this fight does get cancelled, they worked all this time and everything, and now they're going to struggle to pay for their holiday. I just feel sorry for all the people on the undercard as well. I just wanted to get all your thoughts.
Well,
everyone on the panel.
It hasn't been cancelled yet, so we can't talk about it. The fight is the official statement that so far, and even Big Boys Boxing has confirmed that in chat. The fight is still going ahead. So
that's definitely still going ahead then.
Well, at this moment in time, right now, as business closing time, of today, the fight is still going ahead. Yeah, don't know what tomorrow holds, but tomorrow will be. I think they're supposed to have press conference Thursday, weigh in obviously Friday, fight Saturday. So I don't know. A lot can change in 24 hours. So
pretty much all I really want to say tonight, Sharon. Obviously, I'll watch in the background and salute to you and everyone else. Keep up the good work and
thank you.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you for calling in, Ben. Take it easy.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah. Ricky, I think you fell off. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on? Also, I think Modern King Boxing wanted to ask you, because you've been in the YTBC for quite a long time, how was the Spencer Crawford thing? What's your opinion on that fight happening, not happening? Because you did touch on that. We need to see who the number one welterweight is, offshooting from this Ben and Eubank debacle. So what do you think about that?
You asking me, Shan, Rick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I look at it like this. We're at a point now where the candle is dying out. So shit or get off the pot. Have Crawford fight Crawford fight Ortiz and have Spence fight Boots Ennis. Let these guys, let them get in there and try and fight for you guys' straps if you guys aren't going to try to be undisputed. Again, that's what I'm all about. That's a Super Bowl in each division. So if they're not going to fucking fight each other, then let's give these guys a shot.
Right.
That's my opinion on that. I'm done. I'm over with any rabbit holes, money, purses, networks, fuck all that. That's my opinion.
Me too. It's driving me crazy. Like I just think that basically, I just think the fight. Errol Spence came on Twitter. Actually, he's been a bit spicy. I had to tell him about himself. I'll get myself back in Twitter jail anyway, because he's so ready to be coming out at the Young Bucks. He came out again and tried to slag off
Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, again. You know, Errol, shut your trap.
Shouldn't he be silent, seeing as he's not doing any fighting?
He sure should be, but you know, he's got a lot of mouth where he doesn't need to have the mouth. And he said something that was quite. I've never heard this term, so I'm going to let you guys see this, and then you guys tell me what term is this? Is it a Texan thing? Tell me if this is a Texan thing, because I was quite shocked when I saw this. So look, I'm going to share the screen and you guys have a look. It's crazy. Errol's bugging. He just doesn't do himself any favors. So he was on here. So he said, shit is happening next. That's all you need to know. You know, he just says this vague shit. So this is the tweet that he said. That was so Keyshawn must have said something or whatever. He said, I don't need to lie to you. I don't throw shade, you little cheerleading ass, going to be heartbroken when I put that boy dick in the dirt.
His boyfriend Yella Beezy wouldn't like him talking like that.
What's he on about?
I've heard that term several times. Yeah.
Put your dick in the dirt. That is nasty.
What is he on about?
That's nasty. I don't know that terminology.
Yella Beezy better get his man.
Yeah. Where is he? Let me find you, Errol, because I know somehow you're on here. Have you got replaced? Errol used to be on my load ups doing his stupidness. Oh yeah. Here you are.
Bro, what's wrong with this nigga, bro? He said his girlfriend. Nigga gay now. My brother, man. Hey, man. Hey, it's true. Hey, it's true. Look, my brother. Getting jealous. She said, don't kiss him. My brother. Bro, what's wrong with this nigga, bro? He said his girlfriend. Nigga gay now. My brother, man. Hey, man. Hey, it's true. Hey, it's true. Look, my brother. Getting jealous. She said, don't kiss him. My brother.
You're just doing something. You just do extra stuff. And then with these terminologies, I don't want to hear putting people's dick. Yeah, no can do. Let's Crawford. Replied, no, sorry. No entiendo. I don't understand. No puedo hacerlo.
I can't. It's a hip hop song. I can't remember which one that says that. Put your dick in the dirt. I can't remember.
I've heard it. Do you know what? Oh, I tell you where I've heard it once, and it's in a song that I like by Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates speaks like that. He's from Louisiana, so you know they got some little magic. But he did say something like that. I'm sure that in one of the songs he says that. Look, and people are like, "You're gonna put what in the dirt?" People are like, yeah, "We don't hear that." Yeah, we don't hear that.
It's an old song. I can't remember. I have to look it up.
Look, put his what in the dirt?
Well, just based on what you were reading, just based on that paragraph you showed me, I don't have Twitter, so I don't know. But it sounded like he's saying indirectly that the fight's gonna happen and he's gonna fucking put his dick in the dirt. That's pretty much what I gather.
I know, but you're not though. How about that? You're not gonna put nothing in the dirt because I got you being stopped.
Matter of fact, Ricky, who you got winning?
So
you've got Errol, haven't you?
I'll go ahead and let you guys know. I think it's a close fight, but I think in the end, ring IQ, he's a switch hitter. I was gonna go with Crawford. I still am.
My man.
But
I know there's a bar.
We'll see if the fight happens. First off, I don't even want to give a prediction, but that's my prediction. Might as well.
We're ready.
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
Listos pa los
You got Bud stopping him? You think he'll just stop pointing him?
It's possible, but I think he outpoints him.
Okay.
I think it's a stoppage. I don't think that shit's going to no fucking distance
Could be.
At all. But Bud is going to be in dev. That's why they're holding out, because they know the humiliation, the devastating fashion that Mr. Errol Spence is going to be put his ass on the canvas, just how Sean Porter was. Yep, Sean Porter was. They're trying their best not to let this fight happen. He's saying it's happening next. I want to see it.
And another thing, Shan, this is my opinion. I think, obviously you're dealing with bookies, all across the world. And I'm sure that a lot of these promoters, managers, they rub shoulders with these guys. They talk to these guys. They hang out. So you don't think Al Heyman and Spence's management team don't know that he's an underdog? You don't think that would have an impact on the negotiations? I do. Again, that's my opinion.
Yeah. They know
that's why they don't want it, isn't it? Because he's going to get pumped.
Yeah. You said Crawford had flash knockdown power. Well, he had enough power that it kept Sean Porter and his dad having to throw that towel in before it became concussive. But I would say it was still concussive amount of power that Sean was dazed. So
Kenny knew Kenny knew what was coming. He knew it was about to happen.
Kenny knew. Kenny was like, I see my son, and I've never seen my son like that. So before it gets too mad. Yeah, so I can't. I'm not going to underrate Bud's power out here. I can't underrate it. But
Buck a punch. That's not what I'm saying. There's no denying that.
Punch, and so can Errol punch with them body shots, for sure. But I mean, I wouldn't say he's got the amount of power that Crawford has, because I mean, Mikey Garcia's like people that are littler than you. Like I saw Ugas knock you from one side of the ring to the other, from the center of the ring to the ropes. I mean, I think
he staggered him 2 more times.
Yeah, and he staggered him. Ugas stayed right in front of you, and that's why he got demolished. Ugas got demolished because he was just right in front of Crawford.
But Bud is not going to stand there in the high guard and let himself get pounded on.
No, and that's why. And Errol hits hard enough that he breaks eye sockets. He did it to Kelbrook. You did it to Ugas. That's so yeah, fantasy matchups. Yeah, I'm not down for them. I don't really I talk about that fight, but I don't talk about that fight, if you get what I mean. I don't dwell on it too much because I just think it's lame. The fight's just not fucking happening, So yeah. But I think we've chopped it up. And I'm gonna go. This is what I was going to do. So we was going to actually do a rewatch of Eubank Ben, the Fathers. And then we pulled it and made it into a live because obviously of breaking news. But I'd also like to do a rewatch with Billy Joe Saunders and Eubank Jr.
You know what, Chan? I was actually thinking about that. It's so funny you said that. I was that's because that was a close fight.
That was very close.
I had that fight a draw. When I remember watching that.
Oh yeah, shouts out to Outlaw in the building. Hi, bro.
Hey, what up, Jed? What up, Jed?
He was here. Sorry, Jed.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
How you doing?
What's up, sister? What's up, my sister? What's up, AJ, my bro?
Give us your thoughts, Jeddy, on the what and all this, because I know we've been chopping it up earlier. So give everybody your thoughts as well on this, Conor Benn debacle.
Yeah, it's just disappointing, like it puts an asterisk on the fight. And like you said, it's going to taint his name going forward, Me, myself, to be honest with you, most boxers and most athletes, I assume, use steroids, It's unfortunate, but it's just a part of the game. But like I was saying, if you are going to do it, don't get caught because it will taint your name and, people will have something to say. But as far as the fight going forward, I think I heard AJ when I was listening. I'm not really, I could go either way. Like, I'm not really, bothered if it goes forward or not. But I think it will because, like one of your other lads on the panel was saying, there's so much money on the line and it's such a big event that I think they will find a way to probably get it sanctioned to have the fight go forward. So I think it probably will go forward at this stage. But yeah, it has kind of put a taint on it. It's just the way it is with him proper dirty. So it's unfortunate, Yeah,
it is very unfortunate, and for so early in your career, and then you Pop Dirt, you're only 26. Oh, maybe people will forget about it. I mean, like what Ricky said, we still follow fighters that have popped dirty, and you know, and it is what it is. I don't think it fucks him up unless he's going to be a Gerald Miller. Then you're fucked. Don't want to see you pop dirty ever again. I'm not making it smaller than what it is. I think it's just a fucking. I'm literally pissed off that because it's so disappointing. Yet again, another disappointment. You just didn't need to go down that road, mate. I don't know what it is. I want to hear the full story because according to Conor Benn, oh yeah, let me play it for you guys. My bad. Let me play it for you guys because I said I was going to play the Conor Benn, didn't I? And I didn't get there. Hang on. So we can have a quick look at Conor Benn addressing the situation is around.
Yeah, I think Earl is to answer that question. I think Earl is.
Say that.
That comment on the screen. I think he is.
Is Errol using a oh God? I think somehow, somewhere, somehow, some way, some shape, some form, something's not going well over there, is it? So library, him talking. Conor Benn makes a statement. There he is.
But freelance professional.
Good advice has been.
I don't own the rights to this. This is for education purposes. Watching under the what's that act called again? The Fair Usage Act. Let's go. Let's have a look. Make sure you lot can hear it. Let me know. You could hear the advert. You could hear the commercial, couldn't you? Hello, guys.
Not yet. It's paused.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't hear it.
Oh, listen. You just heard it when I was playing it in the background, wasn't you?
Been a very unusual day.
Yes, we hear it.
Yeah,
not
hear it.
to anybody, but you wanted to come and speak to us today. The floor is yours.
Well, listen, yeah, I wanted to say this personally. You know, obviously, you guys have read what the Daily Mail published about me today, and I wanted you guys to hear it from me personally rather than reading it in a statement from me and my team. I've not committed any violations. I've not been suspended. So as far as I'm going ahead, I've spoken to Chris personally, and we both want the fight to go ahead. We've both taken medical and legal advice. And as I said, we want the fight to happen for the fans. You know, I've signed up to every voluntary anti-doping testing there is under the sun. Throughout my whole career, I'm tested. You know, all my UK tests have come back negative throughout my whole career. I've never had any issues before. Even in the lead up to this fight, my tests have come up negative. You know, so my team will find out as to why there's been an initial adverse finding in my test. But as I said, as far as I'm concerned, the fight is still going ahead. I'm a clean athlete, and we'll get to the bottom of this. I just want to thank you for their continued support, and I'll see you all on Saturday.
Just one more question on the conversation with Chris Eubank. Did you reach out to him this morning? How was that conversation?
He fully believes. You know, he believes in me. And, you know, it's not who I am. It's not what I'm about. You know, I'm a professional athlete, and, you know, he was understanding.
So as far as you're concerned, open
we
workouts?
We both want the fight to go ahead. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the fight is going ahead.
Okay, Conor, really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
He lied because he hadn't spoken to Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank came out and said he hadn't spoken. And that you're not a clean fighter. You're not.
The ball's on him, man. The ball.
Oh God.
You're not. And we will get.
He sounds like a guy who's trying to cover his ass.
Like a part of me, I feel bad for you, dude, because like, do you not know what's going on, or I don't know, like you're not a clean, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he's going to be able to change this and turn this around into us, because the amount that they found is not a lot, but it's there nonetheless. Like, how did it? Like, look, how did it get there? Just fucking tell us. Does any athlete, you know, when a fighter pops dirty, you know, I was a bit young when, you know, when it's the Roy Jones Jr. and that, like, do any of them admit, like, go, yeah, I did, and, you know, or do they all say, they all say afterwards, and they just let it float away and they just carry on, innit? No one admits it.
I don't think they admit it, because if they do, then it's like then it's 100% they did it. Whereas if they
Yeah,
just say
for
no,
sure.
After they're banned, like after
The
they're
only one that,
mentioned, do they then come out like, "Oh, in my career, you know, I popped dirty," and do they do that? I don't hear any of these
no,
acknowledge it.
only
no,
after
the
they
only,
retire.
the only athlete I can even think of off the top of my head is Lance Armstrong, the
Mike
Tour de
Tyson.
France winner.
Yeah,
That's the only
yeah.
one.
The bike rider. I mean, like none of these boxers. So that's just the generic thing. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Are we though? Really gonna get to the bottom of this? You can't really say that you're a clean fighter because you're not. You're not. Like, and in his opinion, he's done nothing wrong. He hasn't broken. They've made it like they did the Lomachenko on us. The bamboozle where they've made it like when when ESPN had it like Lomachenko hadn't lost. Like, and they tried to rewrite fucking stats, facts, and data. Like, they're trying to do this with this. Like, he didn't really pop dirty. It was just on the VADA side, but on our UCAD side, And they're going with this narrative that he's done nothing wrong. And I think that's just fucking foul, to be honest. They're taking no accountability on this. There's none. So they've even got him saying the same thing. Yeah, I've done nothing wrong. I'm a clean fighter. How, Sway? How?
Shan, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
You threw me off. I know you were going off a little bit. Did you say Lomachenko popped?
No.
No, pop.
The record. They changed his record.
They changed it that he didn't have a loss. They had him as undefeated.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. So I said like
they did what now?
On tail of the tape. Remember what fight? I can't remember what fight he was fighting. Was it with Teofimo, wasn't it?
Was it like the blood, sweat, and tears thing?
Yeah, they had him on. No, when they did the tail of the, when they do like,
they fudged his record for that?
Yeah, they just had it. They said it was a mistake. That they didn't even address it. They had him that he'd been. They had him with a 0, that he had no losses. Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
What they say was a mistake.
That's a lie. That's why he's been beaten.
I hope it was a mistake, though. I hope that was a mistake because that's.
No, it wasn't. They always try. Come on,
they're trying to rewrite history.
They always try and sell us Lomachenko like he's the second. I like Lomachenko, but he's not the second coming of Jesus Christ.
No box, definitely not. No boxes, no boxes.
He's better.
And they did that, and then all of a sudden you've got your one that you should have there. Your 1L is turned into a stero. No,
but see,
that's sense. No.
But see, this is even worse though, because at least with that they could say, "Oh, we made a mistake." They can't say this here. They can't say this here.
But they're just trying to swindle us, like pretend that.
But see, Jen, I don't think they're trying to swindle us. Like the hardcores, they know they won't be able to trick, but they're trying to swindle the casuals.
The casuals, yep.
Yeah, which I think it probably will work, maybe, because casuals don't look into the things deep like we do.
Yeah, casuals don't care if you pop dirty. Go ahead, Gredax. What was you going to say?
I was just going to say, Ben said he's clean. He's signed up for all the testing and he's never popped dirty apart from right now. So he's clean.
Right now, yeah. This is the madness that I don't understand.
Imagine having the balls of popping dirty, then getting it and being like, "Yeah, I'm all clean. I've always been clean. I'm super clean." Like, what is wrong with you?
This must be the new bamboozle. Oh, I'm not. I didn't pop dirty. Them lot said it wasn't. So I'm not. It wasn't. And I spoke to Chris Eubank, and he's fine with it. He believes me. He believes in me. And these times you haven't even fucking spoken to him because Chris Eubank said,
Liar.
"I have no words personally, but our peoples. But it's like the phone and said, "What up?"
Bro, if I was Chris, and I was told that shit, I'd have been like, "Is he high?"
I didn't like, mate. Just drop us out, mate. Drop us out. Leave us alone today, Conor Ben. Did you? You look well in the ring. He looked well in the ring doing his. He looked snappy. He looked good on the pads. He looked good. Chris Eubank Jr. looked good as well. He looked fluid. He looked relaxed. I like it. I mean, the fight's just going to happen, guys, and I'm going to call it live anyway. The Pop Dirty live,
With that being said, Shan, have you guys made predictions? Have we gotten to that point yet?
Yeah. Okay. So we did predictions like 2 days ago, and now we can do new predictions. So I know, because you're on there now, so we'll do new predictions. So we shall start with let's start with you, Ricky. Why not? Let's see, and I'll jot it down.
Okay. So there's a difference between who we think's gonna win and want to win. So I was wanting. Now I'm in a fucked up state of mind here. I was going for Ben, like the guy, because he's a smaller guy moving up. But I overall thought Eubank's going to win just based on his size alone. I haven't heard anything about a rehydration clause. He's just going to come in there. He's just a bigger guy. That's why I was not really big on this fight, because I figured, you know what? He's a middleweight. The other guy's a welterweight. What are they clashing for, other than a family grudge match? But I'm going to go with Eubank.
So you're going with Eubank. How are you? Is it decision? Is it
a decision? A decision. I think Ben is sturdy enough. I think he's mobile enough. He's aggressive enough to not be too careless. Mm-hmm. to not get knocked out. So I think Ben, just on his size, though, I think he's gonna be able to bully him around the ring a little bit. I think there'll be some shoving here against the ropes. Ben's gonna have to get out the way because Eubank's just a bigger guy. I haven't really looked at the dimensions yet, but just on size alone, I'm gonna go with Eubank. And Eubank's he's a good boxer. He's decent. But again, I say decent because I haven't seen him in there with the best of the middleweights. But that's why I'm going on size alone against the welterweight moving on up. So that's where I stand.
Thank you. So would you say Eubank UD, MD, SD? We need it.
He's going to get a unanimous decision because this whole fucking incident with the drugs, that has an impact. That has an impact. Not necessarily on his career, but the fight itself. Unless these rounds are wide and Ben is able to demonstrate he's clearly winning rounds, Eubank's going to take it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Shit, man. I'm looking forward to. I'm now back looking forward to it in the building. So AJ, so Ricky's got AJ. You staying with your prediction?
Yep, hasn't changed.
Eubank, did you say a round or did you say decision?
Well, let's see.
You got to predict.
I know. All right, I'm thinking. He'll probably stop Ben and maybe I say by round 8. I guess I call it.
Round 8. Eubank round 8. Okay.
Yeah, I just think that Connor's not going to be able to keep his emotions in check, and I think Eubank is just going to see that and capitalize, and he'll probably take him out at some point.
Right.
For the most part, he is a hothead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is. He
and
is.
And Eubank has just been calm. He's been through all this before. He probably sees it as no big deal. And he's just gonna he's gonna see an opening and go for it. And I think Connor will probably get stopped at that point. But if it goes to points more, just can't. But is what it is. I can't really give him credit for that because he is on stuff. If he does but if he gets stopped, there's that too. But yeah, I got Eubank stopping him by say round 8.
Okay, Lisa, you still got Eubank.
Yeah, I got Eubank by decision.
Which decision would you go with? Would you go with?
I would go with UD. I just got him thoroughly outclassing him.
Whew, this is going to be interesting. Muy interesante. Okay, Gredax, let's have your prediction. Does this incident because I know Lisa and AJ that this was their original prediction anyway. So I just wanted to see does anybody change because of this incident. So is your prediction that you're going to tell us? Has it been always the original prediction?
Well, I'm more leaning towards a Ben KO than I was to start with. Now that I know he's juiced out his mind, but I still think Eubank will get a 12-round decision, even with him on the juices.
So do you think it's going to be unanimous? So you got Eubank unanimously or split or majority?
Let's go with split.
You want to go with split? So you think one?
I think he's going to dance around, run around, and pray to God he don't get hit.
Eubanks has got a great chin.
He does. But even so, Ben, as we all know now, he's juiced.
It's juiced. It's gonna be. Could be a
Anyway,
crazy
thank
one.
you for having me. I must
Oh,
go.
you're welcome.
Have a
Yeah,
good
thank
evening.
you, Greta. So thank you in the booth, Dujin.
Take care, Great X.
Yeah, I'll be signing out. I'll be signing out in a minute. I'm just gonna get these predictions and then sign out. Oh yeah. Ben, you've got within 6 rounds. Yep, got you. Please write it down. So Ben, you've got Ben has got Ben within 6 rounds. Okay. You've given just a general one within 6 rounds. We're doing specifics. So outlaw boxing. What's your prediction?
First, this is to do with my prediction. What was Eubank's last fight at? Was it at 68 or 60?
60.
Liam Williams
so he's only
this year.
Okay, so he's only coming down 3 pounds. Okay, yeah, so he's not yeah, I'm going to go Eubank by decision. I'm going to go by UD. But I'd still actually, yeah, UD by Eubank. But even with all this, I'd still like to see Ben win because I think Ben has a higher upside, even with this painted, So I know this is a problem, but Eubank really has wasted so much of his career. I don't think he's going to do any. I still think Ben could be in relevant fights and have more upside. But I think Eubank probably win a UD.
Okay, thanks. Candice, can we have your official prediction?
I'm trying to think. It's like everybody said Eubanks is gonna win, but it's like a part of me is like I think Eubanks could win, but a part of me is like I don't want. I mean, even though Ben Jews and like I said, even though this is like the first mistake he ever made, I'm the kind of person who's like I want to give Ben a second chance to redeem himself after the drugs. I was like this: if he wins, it's gonna be an asterisk on the record, regardless. But I'm probably gonna play it safe, and I'm not gonna go with Eubanks with the unanimous decision. But I'm like I'm 50-50 because it's like I really want Ben to win, and I really want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I'm also gonna be like I would have got to go with Eubanks on split decision, but if Ben really do beat him, it's gonna be like an asterisk. They're gonna treat him almost like the way they treat Canelo when he tested positive for the first time. That's just gonna hound Canelo for the rest of his career too.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
It sticks with you. So you got Eubank SD. I'm confused. I know why I know why you guys are all going with Eubank. But then there's a part of me that's like Connor, but I don't like Eubank can outpoint Ben. I don't see Eubank. I just don't see Ben. I don't know going. It's too odd. Does Ben get dropped by Eubank? Because he's gonna do them but maybe Ben walks onto a shot. As you saw him in the media workout, he is doing a lot of inside work, and he dropped Liam Williams with that straight little right. Like it was a straight right.
He dropped him with jabs.
Yeah.
These
little, really short, sharp jabs, and got.
Yeah, I can see Connor getting dropped. That
guy was so little. Liam Williams is so little though, and Eubank did a bad job. Couldn't get him out there. He said, "I'm going to stop him. I'm going to do this." He couldn't get him out there. So now that's just actually brought some clarity to me. Actually, so I don't know. I don't know if Ben will get dropped. Not juiced up Ben anyway. Nah. I don't think
he's been dropped before.
Yeah, I know,
yeah. but even if he gets dropped, Eubank's not going to stop him. I don't think Eubank's got a good finish.
Yeah, I don't think he's got enough power to stop Ben.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards the decision. But I don't want to change it. I'll stick with it, though.
Ben outbox Eubank? Eubank is the better boxer, but Ben is a good boxer. But he's
improved, but I wouldn't say he's as good as Chris. Maybe.
No, he's not as good as Chris.
Definitely not.
He's not as experienced as Chris. But
could outwork him though.
He can outwork him. He's dedicated. Chris has got a granite chin. I don't, guys. For once, I don't know. I'm gonna have to mill it over. I'm still leaning. I'm still going with. I think Conor Ben, but I don't know how. Don't know what way. So, when it gets to Friday or whatever, we'll do Shann's predictions. I'll chop these all up. I've got you. I don't know. Like, I'm really, at this point, I really don't know. I can see it going, I can see all of you guys' points. And a part of me wants to go, Chris Eubank unanimous. And it could go that way. He could easily outpoint Conor Benn. But that
Hey,
would
Shan.
be boring. Yeah,
Hey,
go ahead.
Shan, real quick.
Mhm.
What I said earlier. Who do you think's gonna win, and who do you want to win?
I want Conor Benn to win. Yeah. I want
So do
Conor
I. I
Benn
want
to
Conor.
win, and even before the juicing. Like, I wanted Conor Benn to win, and I know he's juiced. I still want him to win because I like the underdog
Same.
win and the little guy winning. Do you know what I mean? So I want Conor to win. Who do I think wins? Yeah, if we have to divide it, boy, maybe Eubank does hedge it. Maybe I think
See?
Eubank may get the win. I think Eubank. I want Conor because I don't usually blur it like this. I usually have who I root for and who I think analytically, when you match style for style, who will win. But it's still tricky, and that's sad to be able to say it's a tricky one for fucking middleweight that's been fucking boxing for 14 years as a pro or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like,
That's a
shame
great
on
point.
When he turned pro? When he turned pro, like 2012?
2012, 2011, something like that.
He's been
Yeah.
pro for at least like
12
10 years, I think. Yeah, something like that.
years.
Yeah.
12 years.
At least 10 years. Yeah.
Years,
Yeah, 12
years.
years. Damn.
12 years, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Jamal Charlo's 13, 14 years.
He
I
turned pro
mean,
in 2008. So, yeah, so.
yeah, they're just underachievers. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care.
Great
if he's
point by Shan. This says a lot about Eubank, like what he's done with his career. That's a great point, you know.
Yeah. So that's why we shouldn't be thinking like this is like a literally kind of 50-50 fight or 55-45 fight. Or it shouldn't be like that. It should be cut and dry. That it's Eubank. But I can't.
But
So-
Chan, like, but Chan, something's like, what's crazy right quick is like, I was watching an interview he did with Ed Day, and they were watching Conor Benn's fights. And he was saying, like, Eubank was saying, like, yeah, I mean, he landed that shot on Chris Algieri, but I have a much better chin than Algieri. So if he hits me with a shot like that he knocked him out with, I'm going to look him straight in his face, smile, and be like, okay, is that all you got? Then we'll see what he does.
Yeah, that's why it's very intriguing. So okay, so I think maybe
because he said that shot, the kind of shot he knocked out Algieri, that's not going to put him down.
But we don't know that. Talk is cheap.
That's true.
You're coming in,
That's true.
You can't hydrate past 10 pounds. You're gonna still feel a little weak. You said that I feel like the excuse was already built in if he does lose, because he said, I haven't been like this, haven't come in this weight since I was 18. It's 60% of what I am, but it's only needs 60% to beat him. I don't know. I mean, a properly hydrated Chris Eubank Jr. should be able to withstand whatever Conor Benn gives him and should be able to win. But
Hey, Shan, I'm
really
going to make it easier for you. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Go ahead.
You got 2 seconds. Ready? I got a pistol pointing at your spinal cord. Who do you got?
Eubank.
There you go. That was tough. That's what I was saying earlier. It sucks, especially with the whole drug shit going on. Yeah.
But that's a good point about the hydration clause. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's gonna fuck with him a bit. How much could he come in?
£10 more max.
At 167.
So come in at 167.
Mm.
It's not bad, but he probably naturally would have rehydrated to about 175.
Exactly, yeah. Like taking half his hydration off, really. I think this fight's interesting because no one really knows what the fuck's going to happen. It's so random, I think it really is.
That's true. I mean, like, who really knows who's going to win? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But my heart is still a bit saying, Rick and guys, that I'm still saying, for some reason, I said Eubank, but I still feel there's a bit that Benn hasn't shown that he's going to just come out guns blazing.
But that's why we watch the sport. This is what it's about, proving who's who.
All right, I'm not going to join in with you guys. I'm going to stick with Conor Benn.
You backtracked, ladies.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to take the pistol out of his hand and hold it back in.
I'm the only one who picked him by knockout.
Yeah, you're the only one that's picked Eubank by knockout. I'm going by Conor Benn. I think I'm going to go for a stoppage with Conor
If he
Benn.
does drop Conor and he doesn't go for the finish, that will be disappointing, though. I will say that.
Chris Eubanks doesn't get. He's not one of them people that he's a canvas lover. But I mean, yeah, I'm going with Conor Benn.
Eubanks never been down, has he?
Not in his pro career. No. Can Conor Benn outpoint him? I'm going for. I know what my prediction may be. It may be. It could. How do we not know this doesn't get a draw?
Could be.
Nah, I don't see it. I don't know. That'd be crazy, man, if it did.
I don't know.
If it's a draw, they got to fight again. He even said like Eubank even said because who's he talking? He did another video. He was talking about how, like, if the result is controversial, if it was a close competitive fight, he said, "Well, I don't think it will be, but if it is, yeah, then we got to do it again."
I'm going Conor Benn late round stoppage, round 10.
Oh boy! All right.
Oh wow!
I hope you're right.
Wow.
I hope you're right, sis. I like that.
Yeah, that's I'm going with it. It just came to me, and I was like, yeah, kind of. I just got a visual of he'll be stopped on his feet. It won't be a KO. It'll be like Conor Benn will be attacking Chris Eubank. In the end, it's gonna. I feel that it's gonna be a wave off, and Eubank Jr. is gonna be like, why the fuck did you do that? And then he's gonna feel like he's humiliated. I feel yeah. So I'm Conor Benn round 10.
And you know what sucks, LadyChann, and if you're right, let's just say that does happen. That fucking asterisk, that stain is gonna be on his fucking resume.
It will.
It's gonna stick. That's what sucks.
It does. It never goes. And you cheated. So that's just how it goes. You fucking cheated, and you spoiled your whole career now for that.
He just made a good point. That's why both these lads kind of don't have anything to gain. Because if Ben wins, there'll be an asterisk, and if Eubank wins, he's just beaten the littler man. So really, both guys.
He said, "I don't gain." He said, "Chris Eubank Jr. said he doesn't gain."
Yeah. So both don't really gain.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Under this circumstance. KOK, what up? What's your prediction? Sticking by it. It's still Chris Eubank Jr., isn't it?
Yeah, I got Chris Eubank split decision. I mean, part of me want to change it a little bit, but
go ahead, change it if you want.
Nah, I ain't gonna. I'll just rock with it, man. Win, lose, or draw. I've learned not to change my predictions.
Yeah,
even though this is something going on, some goofy mess, but it is what it is. Let's go, Eubank.
You got split decision. So Gredax has got split decision as well. So there's now, and Candice has got split decision as well. Yeah. So AJ has round 8 Eubank. Ricky has Eubank UD. Who's that? Lisa, sorry, I can't read my own writing. Lisa has Eubank UD. Gredax has Eubank SD. Outlaw has Eubank UD. Candice has Eubank SD. I have Conor Benn round 10. And KOK has Eubank SD. No, nobody has Conor Benn, only me on the out of us lot. So it will be interesting. I mean, on the prediction league, that's what I will be logging it in as well. So, I mean, if I lose, I lose. I'm just not going to... Imagine I change it and go, yeah, man, it's Eubank, and then Conor Benn just fucks him up, and I'll be like, see, that's what happens when you try to be with everybody and be a majority.
Sometimes you got to stand on your own foot, so, it might work out.
LadyChann, I want to give you credit. Because who I think is going to win is Eubank. Who I want to win is Ben, even with all the bullshit. But because you're going out on a limb, if you're correct and he does win by stoppage, I'm gonna go ahead and donate that $20 super chat, Cash App, whatever.
Yeah, Cash App that to me. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah,
because you're going, you are diverting. You're diverting, and you're taking a risk with this prediction. That's good. I like that. That makes me happy.
Yeah, I gotta stay where I'm staying.
I got you. You can mark this down, timestamp, do what you got. I got you, girl.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay, we got that. So we smashed this show, guys. And tomorrow, shall we do? I'm gonna do. Do you want to do a rewatch tomorrow? Shall I rewatch? We'll see how the news pans out. I would like to get a rewatch in with maybe Eubank and Billy Joe Saunders. We was going to do the dads. Do you think I should still do the fathers?
Let's flip a coin.
Okay.
It's up to you guys. I won't be around, but I'll just be listening. If I can, I gotta go out.
I could do, we could do both like before the fight week. So we could do like the dads tomorrow. Yeah, we could do like the dads tomorrow, and then Eubank Jr. on Thursday, or vice versa. We'll go for the dads, mate. Possibly we'll go for the dads possibly tomorrow, depending on if the fight is cancelled. We won't do the rewatch.
Okay. Which fight by the fathers? 1 or 2?
The rematch, the second one.
Is it the second one we want to do?
Yeah, it'd have to be the rematch. Eubank
That
stopped
was
him
the
in the
draw.
first.
That was the draw.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one.
Eubank stopped him in the first fight.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So the second
Okay.
one is what we're gonna do, and AJ's got a nice clean copy as well that I've seen, so it's nice. So we can do that tomorrow, dependent on that. That the fight isn't pulled, and then we can do Eubank Jr. with our Billy Joe Saunders on Thursday, and then I get a day off on Friday, and then if the fight obviously should be happening Saturday, I'm gonna call it live. And we'll do it like that, and I'll buy the pay-per-view on Saturday. So yeah, so I want to thank everybody that has joined me on the panel. We had a new panel member, and I hope he always comes back. Ricky in the building.
Yeah, Ricky, good talking to you, man. Hope you come back.
Hope you come back, Ricky.
Yeah.
Of course.
Would you like to say
Lisa sent me
last
around.
words?
So
Yeah. Would you like to
Yeah,
say
Ricky Ricardo. Yeah, I seen him.
Yeah. Would you like to say any last words before you leave the panel, Ricky?
no, because it'll go down another rabbit hole. I just want people to think about if Conor Benn wins,
Right.
which we'll wait to see what happens after Saturday, and what direction does he go, and what impact is this going to have on him in the welterweight division? Who would you like to see him fight? Just stuff for us to think about. Shits
Right.
and giggles. Have some fun.
Yeah, it's boxing. Thank you for joining us, Ricky Ricardo.
Thank you for having me, lady. Thank you for
You're
having
more
me.
than welcome. More than welcome.
Have a good night, guys.
And you. Night.
All right, bro. Have a good one, Bob.
Yes,
We
sir.
got Outlaw Boxing.
Good night.
Would you like to say your last words, my brother Jetty in the building?
Peace out, my sister. Peace out to the brothers and sisters on the panel. Yeah, go check out our boxing gym, Outlaw Boxing Club on YouTube or Instagram. Peace out.
Peace out. Jetty, my brother in the building. Thank you for joining me,
Later,
Jetty.
Jed.
Later, Jed. See you
Peace, Jed.
We'll see you in the group. See you in a minute. Who else? King of King Boxing, you just joined us back. Any last words that you've got to say? Thank you for joining me, by the way, as well.
Hey, thank you as well, Miss LadyChann, for allowing me on the show. Everybody have a good night. God bless.
You too, King of King.
Okay, okay.
Voice on the YTBC in the building. Thank you, King of King. He's like, yeah, thank you for having me, LadyChann. I really like being here, LadyChann. And we like hearing that voice, KOK, in the building. Blood, yeah, you left me, Blood. You left me, and now you back. And we just wrapping it up. Blood, my New York number, is for some reason because you probably, I bet you maybe tried to call in. It's giving me the voicemails, but it's not ringing on my side. So I got to call the operator tomorrow, the provider, and say, ¿Qué pasa, mi hermano? ¿Qué pasa, mi hermana? I don't know, because what's going on? That's annoying because I can see who's called. I can see people have been trying to call. So we shall have that rectified by tomorrow. Also, okay, so we're going to say, Lisa Bales, my sister, you got anything to say? Thank you for joining me, sis. Big sis. All day. Mwah, love you all day. Thank you for joining me. Any last words?
I love you too. I just want to say, I don't know, man. Just not. I mean, if the fight happens, it happens. It's not the first or last time something like this will happen. I don't really have like no big dog in the race, but you know, I like Conor as a fighter. I like Eubank.
Right.
I think I like Conor a little better as a fighter, but you know, just thanks for having me on, and you know, if the fight is gonna happen, it is what it is, which just look like it's going down. So, you know, boxing still lives. You know what I mean?
It does.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
And this one, you said this won't be the last time.
Even with the fuckery, yeah. Yeah. So thanks for having me, LadyChann. Always an honor and a pleasure.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. And guys, these are valued members as well. If you want to sign up to the membership of the channel, I will be doing the members roll call to say bye because I didn't absolutely even shout you guys out, but I will be saying bye to the members. Thank you, Sister Bales in the building. See you on the other side in a minute. All right, sis?
All right. You're welcome.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye. who's left? We've got AJ all day in the building. AJ, thank you so much for joining me. As usual, always a valued member, a valued supporter of the channel. You're amazing, and I massively appreciate you, and I love you more than words ever. You know that because you are a great guy. So, thank you for joining me on... We do our nerdy stuff, don't we? No. I'm going to be watching Deadpool after this, AJ. So
Are you really?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh my God, you're gonna love it so much.
I know, because the trailer that you sent me is dope. I was like, sold. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to hear all about it. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Trust me. You're gonna love both of them.
I'm going to watch it. Thank you for sending me. Thank you so much for joining me. As usual, AJ our day is in the building. What would you like to say? Any last words, AJ?
You know me, Chan. I love you to death. Love everybody on the panel. Love and respect everybody. Love coming on here. Just chopping it up with y'all. Just talking nothing but boxing. Just one of the realest channels out there. One of my faves. And yeah, man, AJ Spay signing off. You can catch me on Twitter under AJ Spay. All day.
AJ Spay. AJAYSPAY, right?
AJAYSPAY all day. That's what it is.
Okay, that's it, guys. So you heard it. Join us on Twitter. We have a lot of fun on Twitter. I did the first time going to jail on Twitter. They locked me up for 12 hours.
Assholes.
Back and forth with these idiots. And they
did that to me too once.
Candice, are you still here? Candice is here. Fuck yeah, Candice. Sorry.
Yeah, she was
quiet. What the hell?
I saw the two things, right? And I thought it was still Lisa because I can't read the names because it's small and I can't see pictures on here. It's only grey disc. My bad. So yeah, so they locked me up. So I'm back in Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. I love my Instagram. You know me, like to take a picture. So that's at LadyChann, LadyChann. Anybody that's interested in my music, I'm at all social media, LadyChann, and also all digital downloaders at LadyChann. New stuff just popped off. New stuff in the building. So I know a lot of people don't know that I'm an artist and boxing's second. So this is not really my job, but it's becoming one. But I got a real day job, even though I'm self-employed. So I just mooch around and do what I do and talk to you guys. So yeah, I love it. I love music and I love boxing, and I'm happy to make a living from music. So yeah, and shouts out to boxing. Hopefully that open some doors as well. Talking to shouts out to HelloFresh. I'm speaking to them as well. Thank you for reaching out to me. So we shall see about a sponsorship from them because they've reached out. I spoke to them yesterday. So yeah, shouts out to them. And also my merchandise, as you can see. We've got the Done Them season. Done Them means finished, complete, the end. That is www.donethemseason.com. Please go and have a look. It's a full store of everything from socks to hoodies, sweaters, t-shirts, different styles, everything. And I know some of you guys have got it. So shouts out to I want to shout out Kenny Ken as well. So shouts out to Coach Malachi that was on the panel as well. So thank you, AJ all day, for joining me in the building. And we'll leave it. We'll get to Candice.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Appreciate it.
I'll see you in a little bit on Twitter, Jay.
Yeah, I know you guys would be rocking out. Candice, my sister, I love you so much. Thank you for coming out and rocking out. Thank you. I enjoy your energy. I enjoy your presence. You fucking crack me the fuck up.
I know.
In the building, Candice is in the building. So yeah, is there anything? Let them know where your Twitter is, where they can find you. Any last words? Let me know.
I got an Instagram. My Instagram is Candice Moody 55. That's my Instagram. My Twitter is Moody Candice 70. That's my Twitter. If you can find me on that one. I also got a Facebook, which is my first and last name. If you want to friend me on that one. If I don't respond, that means I'm probably at my job or I'm doing like mommy duties because I got a 4-year-old. So I'm like running around like crazy. But other than that, But other than that, you know, I mean, this whole thing with, I mean, I'm more like you. It's like I really want Eubanks to win, but a part of me is like I really want to side with Conor because I like Conor so much. But I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be like this. Like, you know, I'm like whatever happens, happens. But like I said, things ain't gonna change. Everything's gonna be the same. All we gotta do is just, you know, just keep going, keep moving forward, and all that other stuff. So let's just say what. You know, let's just see what happens. And like I said, if they cancel it, they cancel it. They ain't know what we can do about it. So let's just say, you know, let's just hope and see what happens.
Yeah. I think that it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna get cancelled. I just think
because it's too much money. Eddie, everybody done put too much money into this shit, and it's like, yo, they gotta do it. I think after this, I think Eddie probably going to distance himself from Conor Benn for a little bit until all this shit dies down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think he's going to have to do a little distance because remember he was selling him. He's the next superstar, the face of the zone. Well, I agree. He may want to distance himself just a little bit from this situation.
At least till the heat dies down.
Till the smoke clears and then come out and be like,
yeah.
I still got a job. What do you think Anthony Joshua is thinking? He's thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. This don't look good on us, does it?
Yeah.
He's just,
Yeah,
a lot of phone calls, Candice, from a lot of people just be like telling him off.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I said. So, I mean, I don't know how AJ feels. Cause like I said, he does what with his own. And cause like I said, I know he got bigger shit to worry about than Eddie and all this other stuff. So like I said, he got bigger stuff to worry about right now. But I mean, like I said, it's crazy. It's crazy. But like I said, it's like Eddie got to distance himself from Conor. Eddie people is gonna have to rebuild. I mean, it's gonna take like a lot of damage control, but he gotta get everything back, give everything back in order, and pretty much, you know, get the trust back into the people. Because Eddie and me are like Geminis. It's like with Geminis, because it's like
my 5-year-old's a Gemini.
Yeah, it's like we're like Geminis. Because like I say, it's like we try to look at both sides of the situation and what to do and all this other stuff. So it's like that's what I say. Eddie like I said, Eddie just gotta like back up, regroup with Matchroom and all that other stuff, because he got all these other great fights he got coming up right now. So he pretty much going to use all of that to.
And Candice, I don't want to hear Tyson Fury fans chiming in because Tyson Fury's popped dirty and been stripped. So I don't want to hear Frank Warren doing some little underhand digs because
don't forget Leonard Albee with his Rent-A-Center carpet he called a goatee. You know he's gonna be running his fucking mouth. So
he's going to be running his mouth. But as much as I love Floyd, you've been suspicion with some IV drips that wasn't, you know, that you wasn't supposed to have. So everybody, you know, don't start throwing rocks and hiding your hands and doing things like that, because I can find something fucked up against every single one of you. So stop. Do you know what I mean? Yep. So they need to leave it there. And, you know, and at the end of the day, Eddie's not in charge of what boxers consume or ingest. He doesn't live with the boxers. He's the promoter. You know,
he's the promoter.
He's not the trainer. He's the promoter. Yeah, he doesn't live with his stablemates, you know. So he doesn't feed them. He's not their chef. Yeah, so, you know, so I see people going in on Eddie. He deserves to go in on when it talks about, you know, he ain't done anything wrong because, you know, VADA's is to be kind of ignored, but XYZ. No, you're going to get attacked saying shit like that. You're just going to have to do a little bit of damage control, get your PR company to issue a statement, and you just echo that statement and keep it pushing, and then start just promoting the next card that you've got in the build. All right? And that's all you got to do.
That's what he got to do.
That's what he's got to do, Candice, and just keep it pushing, to be honest. And then tomorrow, I'll be on anyway. I'll see you on the flip side after I get off the show, and I'll see you guys on Twitter. Thank you, Queen, for joining me. Love you so much. Thank you so much, and I
love you too, you guys.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Thank you for joining me, Candice, in the building.
No problem.
So, you know how I sign off. So, you know, I have to tell you, we're here. We're here I provide stats, facts, and data because we provide the truth and nothing but. So help me God.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red? You don't have to answer that question. I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Connor Ben, don't let your whole entire fucking career end up. Yeah, don't end up in the trash. And I saw Radio Raheem looking at Eddie when Eddie was just capping, and Radio Raheem just really was.
What you talking about, mister? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Manny? What you talking about, Dad? What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Eddie? So yeah, I have to let you all know. You know that knowledge is fucking key out here. So make sure the more that you ingest, you're able to come to different conversations because knowledge is fucking key. So don't be the dumbest one in the room. All right, that's LadyChann's word. Knowledge is key. Cause I am that bitch.
It's hype, you suck at life, you don't want a round three. Worship the queen and your mic to pass. Keep it real, these chicks couldn't wipe my anyway, now let's go get Bulgari. I am the ultimate Bengali. These chickens can't even spell that. You hoes bugging, repel that.
Yeah, you hoes are bugging, repel that.
So if it one, not bad, I see nothing because nothing not that one. Lock off your ice cock, me make you come.
Anything you speak, me talk it and done. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Massively appreciated. We've had fucking fun. Let me do the roll call as well now, because I have to for my paying members. Thank you so much. So I want to shout out Modern King Boxing in the building. Jimmy McClendy in the building. Ringside Reporter Live is a member in the building. King Boxing in the building. My sister the Queen Lisa Bales in the building. Stephen T in the building. Mark Nash in the building. Donald Banks in the building. New Media Today USA. Boxing in the building. Oh yeah, shouts out for Mally Mal for being on the panel as well. My bad. Catch Coach Malachi tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 8 p.m. UK time. He was in the building and a member. AJ All Day was in the building. Charlo was in the building. King Thomas Jones, King TJ, my guy, in the building. Hap El Primero in the building in El Edificio. Dr. P, Dr. Paul Evans in the building. Sawab, thank you for all the super chats as well. Everybody that donated. Sawab is a member. Thank you for joining. Sawab in the building. Devil Beats is in the building. And the person who I couldn't remember because I didn't put them down was my aunt to the left, my sister who I love, who I adore, straight out of Harlem in the building. Shouts out to Blood Boxing in the building. Hector Garcia in the building. No, it's not cancelled. It's not cancelled. Just shouted you out. King of King Boxing, Hector Garcia, No Face, Philip, Carl Roberts, Fight Fans, Wise Guy, 260 in the building. Ben Adams, Mr. T, King of King Boxing, as we see. Jada Philosopher. Who else have we got? Con Shonery, thank you for joining me in the building. Fish was in the building. Thank you, Fish, for joining me. Loke was in the building. What up, Loke? Who else was in the building? There was a few of you. There was a lot of you. I probably can't shout out all of you because this was quite a busy chat. Food Revolution, my sister, was in the building. Thank you for joining me, Food. Thank you. Slim was in the building as well. Connor Ben, you was actually here, weren't you? Look at ya. You was there, weren't you, Conor Ben? Thank you for joining me in the building. Rusty Taylor was in the building. You know, oh God, there was a lot of you. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you for all the super chats. There were so many, I literally can't go throughout the whole chat. There was a lot of you. But you know me. Anyway, I'm gone. Hey girl, it's LadyChann rep nonetheless. Come box with Shan. Boxing. Oh, boxing, we love you. Gyan! LadyChann has left the building. Gyan!
LadyChann! Fight!